From pretty much the present, this is your host, Adam Graham, welcoming you to a week of old-time radio detective podcast from 2013. Because these podcast episodes are quite old, offers and information contained in them are not valid unless they are reflected on our website at greatdetectives.net. Now enjoy a week of podcasts from our archives at the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Before we do get started, I want to remind you as you're making your summer travel plans, a very simple way to support the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio is going to JohnnyDollarAir.com. JohnnyDollarAir.com is a Priceline affiliate, so you get all the advantages of Priceline. And I just ask that you check there first as you make your travel plans. If you find a good deal, then you're able to get that deal, and part of your purchase goes to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. So remember, when you're planning your travel, think JohnnyDollarAir.com first. Well, now it's time to get into today's episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This one is the Amy Bradshaw matter. And I know these have not been programs that have had sponsors. They've been sustained. Well, now we get actual sponsors, and so we will have commercials, which I know is a highlight for many fans, but I'm not certain it'll be on this program. Anyway, let's take a listen. Amy Bradshaw matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
George Atkins at Northwest Indemnity.
Oh, hiya, Georgie.
How'd you like to go to New York, Johnny, and get into the game-mad world of the theater?
Thanks a lot, Georgie, but no thanks. I'm not the grease paint type.
I know, but Amy Bradshaw is.
Amy Bradshaw?
Yeah, we wrote a policy on her a couple of years ago.
Look, if it's her autograph you want, why send me?
It's not that simple. Anyhow, she's got all the fans she wants.
I know. I'm one of them. I think she's great.
Johnny, looks like somebody's trying to kill her.
Georgie, I'll be right over.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Northwestern Indemnity Alliance, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Amy Bradshaw matter. Expense account item 1, $16.50. Transportation and incidentals to New York City. I checked in at a hotel and then went over to the Criterion Theater on West 44th, where Amy was starring in a play called The Unguarded Hour. David Coleman, the director, was standing in the wings watching the third act on stage. David Coleman?
Yes?
I'm Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator, sent over by Northwestern Indemnity.
Oh, yes, Mr. Dollar. I called them. Let's go over here where we can talk.
Okay. How's the play going?
Well, 22 weeks now. Been going along just fine until this business came up.
How did it start?
Last evening, just before curtain time, I dropped by Amy's dressing room. She looked, well, strange.
How so?
Pale, trembling. She was staring at a note in her hand that sounded like some sort of crank note. You know, you are an evil woman. You will be punished by sudden death, unquote.
Have you reported this to the police?
Oh, no. I was afraid that if I did, it might get into the papers, and we don't want that kind of publicity.
I see. How about if I talk to Amy after the show?
I told her you'd be down and she'll talk to you.
Oh, good. Well...
Mr. Dollar, the strain of this whole thing's beginning to show up in her performance. She's making mistakes, and it rattles the cast, especially the young ingenue, Sheila Mitchell.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll see what I can do. There's always the possibility that it is just a crank note and that Amy will never hear any more of it.
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
But we might as well face another possibility. That somebody close to Amy is using the crank note as a cover. Has that thought ever occurred to you?
Why, no. No, it hasn't, Mr. Dollar.
We will continue with the Bradshaw matter in a moment.
I waited for Amy Bradshaw in her dressing room at the theater. 15 minutes later, after the final curtain, she swept in.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Dollar.
I'd never seen her from closer than the 15th row before,
kept you
and
waiting.
needless to say, I was impressed.
Ghastly
But I didn't have a chance to say so.
Didn't you think the second act
I didn't have a
sagged
chance
and
to
we
say
rushed
anything.
the third? Oh, well, that's the way it goes. If you'll just give me a minute to get some of this makeup off.
Now?
Now.
Hi.
Hi.
I knew it was only a question of time until you ran down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I get a little overcharged out on the stage.
Sure.
Listen, it's nice meeting you, Mr. Dollar, and I know why you've come down here, but I think you're wasting your time.
Oh?
This whole thing's really pretty silly, you know.
I hope so, Miss Bradshaw.
You mean Amy.
Okay, Amy. Say, look, how about having a drink with me somewhere? We can talk about it.
I'd love to, but I'm afraid I have a date tonight. Could we make it tomorrow, maybe?
Sure, okay, anytime.
Excuse me. Come in. Oh, Mike.
Oh, hello, Amy. I'm sorry, I didn't know you had company.
That's all right. This is Johnny Dollar. Johnny, Mike Pomeroy, my agent.
Mr. Pomeroy?
How are you?
What'd you think of it tonight, Mike?
Well, they seem to like it okay.
Oh.
Tell you what, Amy, I'll see you tomorrow, eh?
Tomorrow, Mike?
I've got a few things I got to take care of tonight. Contracts to go over, things like that.
Oh, of course.
Well, glad to meet you, Dollar. Night, Amy.
Is that offer of a drink still good, Johnny?
Well, sure, but I thought you said you have... Oh, sure, let's go.
Thanks for understanding.
Anywhere in particular?
There's a little place right down the street, small and quiet.
Good.
Oh.
What's the matter?
Would you mind if we crossed the stage and went out the other door?
Oh, no. Why?
I think someone's waiting for me outside this exit.
Oh.
Sort of a friend of mine, Porter Kane, but he can be a little wearing, and I'm rather tired.
Sure. I could see him through the open door. A thin-faced, rather elegant-looking man in a black Homburg. We went out the other side and down the street to a bar a few doors away. Item 2 on expense account, $4, drinks. After the first one, Amy relaxed a little. I wanted to get her talking about herself, and it wasn't too tough to do.
There's not really much to tell about me. I've been acting a long time. Sometimes it seems too long. I've come a long way. Some people would say up. I hope it is.
You make it sound pretty simple, Amy.
I guess we do what we have to. All of us. I had to act, so...
So, just like that, huh?
Just like that.
You've always gotten everything you wanted, haven't you?
I think so.
Hasn't anyone ever gotten in your way?
No, Johnny, that's never happened. If it did...
It looks to me like somebody's standing in your way right now.
What do you mean?
That threatening letter you got the other day.
I told you, the whole thing's silly. There's nothing to it.
Now, that's what you told me, but I don't think you believe it.
Okay. So maybe I have worried a little about it. I wouldn't have if it hadn't been for... Oh, it was probably only my imagination.
What was, Amy?
Well, last night after the show, I felt like walking a little. I went west on 44th Street to Times Square, and as usual, it was crowded. I stood on the curb waiting for the light to change, and suddenly I got shoved out into the street.
Oh?
Right out into the traffic. I jumped back just in time.
You see who did it?
How can you tell in a crowd like that?
I know.
It was probably only coincidence that it happened right after I got that note, but... Oh, Johnny, I still just can't believe anybody's really trying to do me harm, but... I guess what's been making me nervous during the performance is staring out at that blackness past the footlights, wondering if there's somebody out there who hates me.
Uh-huh.
I guess I can't stand being hated, Johnny. I've got to be loved.
Look, Amy, did it ever occur to you this might not be a crank out in the audience, that it might be someone closer to you?
What? Johnny, that's impossible.
Isn't?
I don't have many friends. They've mostly to do with the play, but those I have are good ones.
Who else besides your agent, Pomeroy? How about the director?
David Coleman, he's a very old friend and one of the best.
How about the producer?
Emery's the last person in the world who'd wish me harm. On a dollars and cents basis, if nothing else. He and Dora both.
Dora?
His wife. I like her very much.
Does she like you?
Why shouldn't she?
What about this man you wanted to duck tonight, the one who was waiting outside the theater?
Porter Kane? Oh, he's a sort of a fan, I guess. A little eccentric, maybe, but he's been very good to me. Johnny, really, it couldn't be any of them.
Maybe, maybe not. Look, Amy, I was sent down here because Northwestern Indemnity holds a policy on you.
I know.
Now, who's the beneficiary?
William York.
Who's he?
My husband.
Oh. I didn't know you were married.
We separated 6 months ago. What I wanted, he didn't. What he wanted, I didn't. It's as simple as that.
Well, where is he now?
Here in New York somewhere, I guess. I don't know. He's a writer, sort of. Johnny, I'm tired.
Oh, yeah, sure you must be. I'm sorry I kept you so long.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. It's been nice. Very nice. It's funny. I seem to relax a little when I'm with you.
We let that one lay and went outside. Item 3 on expense account, $2. Taxi to Amy's apartment. There was a car parked 2 doors down with a man just sitting in it. I saw Amy give it a quick look. Then as she said goodnight to me at the door, I noticed that she slipped the catch on it. I sauntered across the street and stepped into the shadows. A moment later, the door of the parked car opened and her agent, Mike Pomeroy, got out and went into the apartment house. Then I realized I wasn't the only one watching this. Half a block down the street, I could see a figure in a shadowy doorway. I ran toward him, but he took off around the corner. When I reached the corner, he was nowhere in sight. Amy might have been taking this thing only half seriously, but I was real serious about it now. She said she had some very nice friends. But I had a strong hunch that one of these very nice friends was out to kill her.
Johnny Dollar will be back in a moment to tell you about tomorrow's episode.
Johnny Dollar.
Al Cintella down at precinct headquarters, Johnny.
Oh, hi, Al.
Sorry I missed your call a few minutes ago. What's on your mind?
An actress named Amy Bradshaw.
Amy? One of my favorites.
Me too. But right now I seem to be looking for a guy who doesn't feel that way about her.
Huh?
Al, it looks like somebody's trying to kill Amy Bradshaw.
Better come down here and tell me all about it.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Location, New York City. To the Northwestern Indemnity Alliance, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Amy Bradshaw matter. The threat of an attempt on her well-insured life. Expense account item 5, $1.75. Cab from my hotel to precinct headquarters to talk to Detective Lieutenant Al Cintella. Al looked about the same as the last time I'd seen him. Rugged, competent, maybe a few pounds heavier.
Sit down, Johnny. Sit down.
Thanks.
Something about Amy Bradshaw, you said.
Yeah.
Didn't know you were a friend of hers.
Northwestern Indemnity holds a $25,000 life insurance policy on her. Here, take a look at this note. Amy got it several days ago.
You are evil. You will be punished by sudden death. Oh, come on now, Johnny.
A couple of nights ago, after the show, somebody shoved Amy off the curb and out into the traffic over in Times Square.
Well, the same thing happens to me almost every time I'm around Times Square. You know what I smell in all this?
Oh, sure. You probably smell a publicity stunt.
I sure do.
You think I'd fall for a thing like that?
You known Amy Bradshaw very long?
No. I'd seen her in a few shows, but last night was the first time I'd ever met her in person.
If I didn't know you pretty well, I'd say you might be getting a little stage struck on her.
Uh-huh. What about the man who trailed Amy to her apartment last night?
Oh? Who?
I don't know. I chased him, but he had too much of a lead on me.
I still wouldn't go jumping to any conclusions. Who you got to work on, for instance?
Well, for one, David Coleman, her director. Then there's the producer, Emery Taylor, and his wife, Dora. From what Amy said, I gather Dora doesn't like her very well.
Anybody else?
Then there's her agent, Mike Pomeroy. She seems to be pretty wrapped up in him.
Whole stable full, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. Also, a fellow named Porter Kane, who's usually hanging around the theater waiting for Amy. And finally, the man I really came to talk to you about.
Who's that?
Name is Bill York, her husband, but they're separated.
Oh?
She doesn't know where he is.
You figure he might tie in somehow?
He is the beneficiary of Amy's insurance policy.
Well, I'll see if I can turn up an address on him for you.
Okay, thanks, Al. In the meantime, I think I'll pay a call on this Porter Kane. See if I can find out just how good a fan he is.
We will continue with the Bradshaw matter in a moment.
Expense account item 6, $225. Cab to the apartment of Porter Kane in the East 70s. It was an expensive-looking place. I got there about noon, but Porter Kane was just finishing breakfast, accompanied by Chopin.
May I offer you a cup of coffee, Mr. Dollar?
Oh, thanks. A blind, please.
Yes. Now, you came to see me about Amy Bradshaw, I believe.
That's right, Mr. Kane. I represent Northwestern Indemnity Alliance. They hold a policy on Miss Bradshaw.
You perhaps want some sort of character reference on her?
You, might put it that way.
Well, in that case, you couldn't have come to one better qualified than I. You see, Amy is my career at present.
Afraid I don't understand, Mr. Kane.
Well, some years ago, I was relieved of the sordid but customarily necessary task of working for my bread and butter. The result is that I've been able to devote myself to a fascinating hobby.
What kind of a hobby?
I collect things.
Oh?
The objects of my interest vary, but they all have one thing in common.
Oh?
This signet ring I'm wearing, for instance.
Yes, I noticed it. Very unusual.
The crest is that of the Medici family, Renaissance Italy. The only ring of its kind in the world, so far as any of the authorities on that period are aware. That vase on the table, the painting on the wall, that sculpture.
One of a kind, huh?
Precisely. Which brings us quite logically to Amy, who is clearly one of a kind.
So?
So I plan to add Amy to my collection.
Just like that, huh?
I'm certain Amy will see it my way in time. And I have time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must dress for the matinee. Will I see you again, Mr. Dollar?
Yes. You probably will, Mr. Kane. I was glad to get out of the hothouse atmosphere of Kane's apartment. Real weird, this character. And I had a hunch I'd better keep an eye on him. Item 7, $1.65. Cab fare that evening to the Criterion Theater. I arrived half an hour before curtain time and headed for Amy's dressing room. Then, as I approached her door...
You listen real careful. I'll give it to you once again. You've been tossing wrong cues to Sheila for 3 nights now. You've been doing everything you can to upstage her and make her look bad.
Mike, it's just that I've been nervous lately. Maybe I have made a few mistakes in my life.
Amy, you know I've got plans for Sheila, and I don't want her looking bad in this play.
You've got plans for Sheila. What about us?
Amy, we can talk about that some other time. But for now, I just want you to understand. You're to lay off Sheila. I mean it.
Is that a threat, Mike?
Take it any way you like.
It sounded like Pomeroy was coming outside, so I ducked around behind a piece of scenery and waited a moment. Then I went back to Amy's door.
Oh, Johnny.
Hello, Amy. You look tired.
I am. I just had a little go-around with Mike.
Pomeroy?
Uh-huh. I've been fluffing some of my lines lately. He seems to think I've been doing it deliberately to make Sheila Mitchell look bad. But he's wrong. Have you found out anything yet, Johnny?
No, not much.
I still can't believe there's anything to it. It's so silly to let it upset me. Silly even to give it a thought.
Well, try not to, Amy. Let me worry about it.
All right. Did I ever tell you it's nice having you around, Johnny?
I left her dressing room and started for the alley door, but somebody stepped out in front of me. It was Mike Pomeroy.
Hello, Dollar.
Oh, hi, Pomeroy.
I was just talking to Dave Coleman, the director. He told me he was the one who sent for you. He told me why.
You didn't know about the threatening letter Amy got?
No, I didn't. Look, Dollar, every actress I've ever known has gotten at least one note like that during her career.
You don't think this should be taken too seriously, then?
No. Amy's pretty nervous these days, and as long as you're around stirring things up, she'll be worried about it. If there's anything to be done about it, I can handle it.
In other words, you want me to mind my own business, that it?
You said that, Dollar. I didn't. It might not be a bad idea.
Funny thing, when somebody tells me to lay off a case, my interest in it always doubles. After the final curtain, I went backstage to wait for Amy. The stage door was open, and I could see Porter Kane waiting in the alley outside. So I went over to him.
Well, Mr. Dollar, good evening.
Hello, Kane. On duty again tonight?
Perhaps that's one way of putting it. I thought I might have a little chat with Amy after she's changed.
I'm afraid she has a date.
Oh? Do you happen to know with whom?
Yeah, me.
Mr. Dollar, are you suggesting that I'm to regard you as some sort of rival?
Not at all, Kane. I'm just suggesting that I'm a friend of Amy's.
I see. Good night, Mr. Dollar.
After Kane left, I stood beside the stage door and tried to figure out some of the angles on this case. There were too many of them. By the time I went in, the theater was dark, except for a dim light bulb over the stage, and everyone had gone. Everybody, that is, except Amy. I ran into the darkened theater. She was standing horrified next to the stairway by the dressing rooms, her eyes fixed on something that lay on the floor.
Johnny, I was on my way out to meet you. I heard it swish through the air. This heavy sandbag, it barely missed me. Oh, Johnny!
Stay back against the wall, Amy. You'll be okay there. I climbed the long ladder up to the catwalk above the stage, where they sometimes use the sandbags to balance hunks of scenery. It was dark up there. I started edging along the catwalk. Suddenly, my foot hit a loose board. I almost lost my balance. A loose board that could have been left for me. And it was a long, long drop down to the stage. Whoever had been up there knew the theater pretty well. Finally, I went back down to Amy. She was trembling.
Johnny?
It's okay, Amy. It's okay.
Johnny? Maybe I didn't take it seriously before, but I do now. Somebody dropped that sandbag from up there deliberately. Somebody is trying to kill me, and I'm scared, Johnny. I'm scared.
Johnny Dollar will be back in a moment to tell you about tomorrow's episode.
Friends, send for your set of some of the most exciting toys of the year. 6 giant inflatable toys for only $1. Some up to 3 feet tall. You get Bounco the Happy Clown, Hoppy the Australian Kangaroo, Roscoe the 2 feet long roller skating bear, Whitey the fat indoor snowman, Mortimer the giant mouse 18 inches long, and last but not least, the great giant talking Santa, a roly-poly giant over 3 feet tall and 32 inches around the belly that actually says Merry Christmas out loud when you pull the tape. That's 6 sensational giant toys for only $1, made of sturdy, gaily colored latex that the kids can easily inflate. Send $1 for each set to Giant Animals, Box 1730, Grand Central Station, New York City. And if you order right now, you get Peter the Rabbit over 2 feet tall absolutely free. If not delighted with your Giant Animals, your money refunded immediately. Order today. You may never hear this offer again. Rush $1 plus 10 cents for packing and mailing in cash, check, or money order to Giant Animals, Box 1730, Grand Central Station, New York City. That's $1 plus 10 cents for each set with your name and address to Giant Animals, Box 1730, Grand Central Station, New York City.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's episode of the Amy Bradshaw Matter.
Tomorrow, a man steps onto the stage from out of the past and into a role he doesn't want to play. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Robert Reif, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. Well, these have to be some of my least favorite commercials. I did put in a note to Andrew to have it so that we only get a grand total of 2 commercials in these half-hour blocks. So, when I heard the first time that you may never hear this offer again, I was like, I wish that were true, but I think we'll have this just for a couple weeks. So it's definitely part of radio history. All right, well, on to listener comments and feedback.
I love your voicemail. Adam, this is Lisa. I just finished listening to today's download, and the pronunciation of the composer is Dmitri Shostakovich. Also, I have a request. I wonder if you would consider changing the order of the Friday podcast so that Johnny Dollar is first. You made the comment today that we have some control over what order we listen to things in, and so I do that, but every single week what I do is I fast forward to the middle of the podcast, listen to the Johnny Dollar and your comments, and then I have to rewind to the beginning and listen to whatever the other thing is. I'm sure I'm not the only one who can't wait to hear the Johnny Dollar. Sometimes I don't listen to whatever the first thing was that you play, although I liked the most recent one, whatever it was, something about a reporter. But I don't even remember because I'm just so desperate to get to the end of Johnny Dollar because that cliffhanger has really got me hanging. I'm sure I'm not the only one in there, but I cannot listen to whatever the first thing is you're playing on Friday because I just want to hear what's happening to Johnny. Okay, thanks so much. I really love your show. I've been a long-time listener. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks so much, Lisa. You know, you make a good case here for doing Johnny Dollar first. And I'll tell you what, we will go ahead and we'll try it out, not after we finish Nightmare for Night. So this week and next week we'll continue with the order we've been doing it in. So Nightmare for Night first, then Johnny Dollar. But then in a couple weeks we'll go ahead and we will try Johnny Dollar first, and then whatever the next serial is. And we'll try that out for 4 weeks, and we'll see how that goes, and see how it works for listeners, see how it works for me as a host. And so thank you so much, Lisa, and listen for Johnny Dollar first, 2 weeks from this coming Friday. So this week and next week we'll order. The week after that we'll try Johnny Dollar first. All right, well, now on to listener comments and feedback from our Facebook page, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. Raymond comments, listen to and from work. Good thing you break it up over the week, or I'd be sitting in my driveway for an hour listening to hear the outcome regarding Johnny Dollar. Well, that's definitely a good case for breaking it up into 3 different days. We definitely have to keep as many people in the workforce as we can. So thank you, Raymond. Sean says Johnny Dollar is my favorite, and David said Bob Bailey is always a favorite. All right, well, that'll do it for today. Join us back here for The Big Guy, and on Wednesday we continue with yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. You can support the program at support.greatdetectives.net. Well, now it's time to get into today's episode of The Big Guy, kind of right in the middle of the program's run. Here now is The Case of the Villainous Friend, from August 27th, 1950.
Tell us again, Daddy. Tell us again.
Oh, no, not again.
Please, Daddy, how tall are you? Tell us how tall.
I'm 20'5" in my stocking feet.
How big are your shoes? What size do you wear?
Size 902 in a triple Z.
That's our Daddy, the big guy.
NBC presents The Big Guy, another in the series of adventures of a very unusual detective, Joshua Sharp. Joshua Sharp works for his clients on a strictly cash basis to provide for the needs of his nearest and dearest, Josh Jr. and his daughter Debbie. To these two, Sharp is both father and mother. To his clients, he is a good detective. To Josh and Debbie, he's the friendly magician, the fabulous hero, the giant among giants, the big guy. Tonight's adventure with the big guy, the case of the villainous friend.
A man alone, trying to bring up a pair of youngsters, runs into a lot of unexpected problems. One of my most unexpected was a sudden shortage of bedtime stories. After all, you can read Grimm's fairy tales only a few hundred times before the kids begin to tire of them. And that goes for Hans Christian Andersen and all the rest of the Once Upon a Timers. I'd reached that point with Josh and Debbie, and they were getting so bored with witches and sleeping beauties that finally, for all our sakes, I tried tapping a new source. I bought a copy of Tales from Shakespeare. It was an immediate hit. In fact, it was too big a hit. That first night, I read The Tempest and Two Gentlemen from Verona, and still they didn't want me to stop.
What's the next one, Daddy?
Well, we'll let the next one wait, baby. You and Debbie have to go to sleep.
But what's the name of it? Just the name of it?
It's The Tragedy of Othello. Now, you just close your eyes and...
Oh, what about him, Daddy? Yes, Daddy, who was he?
Well, he was a man, Josh.
Oh, and what was the tragedy?
Well, he was married to a woman named Desdemona who loved him very much.
Is that a tragedy?
No, the tragedy came about because he had a friend named Iago.
Yes.
And Iago came to Othello and told him that Desdemona didn't love him at all. He said she loved somebody else.
He was bad, wasn't he, Daddy?
Oh, very.
And what happens next?
Well, next, a couple of shrewd articles who are trying to worm another story out of their hard-working father give him a kiss and say good night. And it was a good night under my roof. But elsewhere, things were happening that were fated finally to intrude on my routine and make a shambles of it. The center of these events was a boy named Frank Gollard. I'd snagged the lad in question 2 years ago, after he'd assisted in the armed robbery of a filling station and committed assault and battery resisting arrest. My action in the matter came as part of my contract with the Mutual Indemnity Insurance Company. And I had been in the courtroom the day the judge passed a 10-year sentence on Frank Gollard. And then, the same evening, while I was telling Josh and Debbie about Othello, inside the drab gray walls of the upstate penitentiary...
To number 5604. Separate the cell block A. Number 5605. To number 6059. Separate the cell block B.
You hitting your wife lately, Frank?
Yeah, I got a letter from Lila last week. Now let's turn in, Hap. What do you say?
Yeah, sure, kid, in a minute. Lila. Oh, that's a pretty name.
Hap?
Huh?
How come you asked me that?
Oh, I heard you tossing around last night. I knew you wasn't sleeping. And I've been thinking about all the guys in this place who got somebody waiting for them and wondering where all them somebodies are tonight. Wondering who she's dancing with and wondering who she's drinking with. Wonder who's they kissing.
Shut up.
Oh, kid.
I told you once, Hap.
I was only wondering.
He's a clean kid. Clean and sweet and straight.
Oh, sure. There's a few good wrens in the world. Maybe you got yourself one of them. You could expect me to guess that now, could you, Frank? Man never knows about a thing like that. Man just never knows.
Good night, Hap.
You ain't sore on me, are you, Frank?
I said good night.
I don't want you to be sore on me, you hear? You hear me, Frank?
Oh, Okay, I'm not sure about you. Okay, Hap?
Good night, baby.
Hap was his cellmate, and Hap was his friend. Big, slow, paternal Hap McLean. In for life. And not a man to talk much about the way he was to spend the rest of his natural days. It was mutual friendship, and the two found a degree of peace in each other's companionship. It was a peace, however, that was ripped to shreds with the suddenness of a thunderclap one hot night in early August. Hap had smuggled a newspaper from the prison library into the cell, and young Gollard was lying on his bunk, turning the pages.
Hey, Hap.
What's the matter? What's eating you, Frank?
Hey, listen to this. What cute lovely whose maid is doing a 10-year stretch for armed robbery is now seeing the town inside out with more than one slick-haired Romeo. Even while I was on trial, she was rocking me.
No, kid, take it.
She was. While I took the ride to this pile of stinking stone. While I prayed for every night, she was selling me out. Midnight till morning, night after night, all the way down the line. Shut up!
Listen to me, will you, Frank? Listen to Hap and ease off, baby.
I can't take it! Oh, my God!
But he had no choice about taking it. With his friend Hap's help, he calmed down and went on with the monotonous routine of his daily life behind the walls of the prison. And then, late one night, weeks later, in the cell he shared with Hap McLean, he found that he didn't have to take it anymore.
Frank, hey, kid, wake up and listen. Listen to old Hap and listen good. You gotta get out of here.
What's that?
You're eating yourself alive. You gotta move loose from this place.
Oh, but I can't. I'm not up for parole for
Forget
3
the parole, baby. Hap's got it all fixed fine.
You got it fixed?
Yeah. Take a look, kid.
Where'd you get the gun?
Out of the arsenal, baby. It took me 3 months and a lot of doing, but I got it. And the trustee, the one in the laundry office, he's going to leave the laundry door unlocked for 20 minutes tomorrow night. There'll be a truck just outside.
How'd you do this, Hap?
Oh, look, I've been in this can 12 years. There are ways, baby. There are always ways.
You come with me?
No, I got nothing with the outside world, kid. Hap will rest easy right here. You go on out. You can still hate, and that means you can still live. Enjoy yourself. Don't get yourself snagged, baby.
It was at 11 o'clock the next night that the guard changed. 2 minutes before this chosen hour, Hap McLean stood crucial guard for the appearance of any official, and the boy prepared for his venture.
What'll you make for?
Her apartment.
You figure Lilo'll show?
I'll wait till she does.
What, and get nabbed off waiting? Forget it. Now, look, I'll get the grapevine and let her know that you're coming and tell her to stand by for you. There it is. 11 o'clock, kid.
Okay.
Play it cagey now, baby. Hap won't be around. Look out for you.
No point in saying thank you, huh, Hap?
Go on, you punk. I'll brain you.
The boy was halfway across the prison yard when...
Stop where you are!
And the shaft of a giant searchlight struck him like the lunge of an angry lion. Darting out of its glare, he took cover behind an angle of the wall.
Come out in the open! Come out with your hands up!
The boy fired at the guard on the watchtower. He made a dash for the laundry building and found the door unlocked as scheduled. Roared along the back roads on the all-night drive to the city, while the state was springing into action to retake Frank Gollard. Retake him, dead or alive. Next morning, when I walked into my place of business, my own personal private eye, Risky Skinner, was waiting for me as usual. But today, Risky wasn't alone. A young city cop, Tom Saunders by name, had dropped in to tell me about the Gollard escape. He was little more than a rookie, this cop, Green, but enterprising.
So, knowing you were the man who put the finger on him in the first place 2 years ago, Sharp, it occurred to a few of the boys at precinct headquarters that you might have ideas about retaking Frank Gollard.
They figure you dig up a few angles about the punk that could be maybe useful, Commander.
I'll be glad to do all I can. Tell me, how much action is underway now?
Well, the state's being dragged from end to end. Even the Coast Guard's been alerted on this one.
Any results yet?
So far, we've drawn a goose egg.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Sharp speaking.
Lila Goddard, Mr. Sharp.
What?
Frank Gollard's wife.
Where are you?
I'm not calling from home, Mr. Sharp. I'm afraid to go there.
Why?
I'll tell you why. I got a call last night from the grapevine at Goldville Prison.
Yeah?
Frank is on his way to my place.
On the way to his own home? Hello. Hello, Mrs. Gollard. Mrs. Gollard. Hello. Hello. The wire was dead, but the news had been sensational. Leaving Risky to try to check back on the call, I found Mrs. Gollard's address in the city listings, latched onto Patrolman Saunders, and headed for Gollard's home. By 25 of 10, we were in his apartment. I was at the window and Saunders by the door.
Hey, Sharp.
Okay, I see him.
He's coming in.
Great. Get ready for business.
Let's wait for him in the hall.
All right. Easy with that door, Saunders.
Here he comes.
Let him get to the first landing. And for Pete's sake, stop shaking.
There he is. He's carrying a gun.
Hey, Saunders. No, wait! But I was too late. The green rookie, firing in panic, missed, and Frank Gollard went crashing back down the stairs, through the door, and out into the street. I didn't have to be told that once loose, Gollard would head for his wife. After all, Lila had tipped me off, and he probably knew that she was the only person on Earth who had been wise to his whereabouts. The immediate deal, therefore, was to contact her without delay. It was just about this time there came a knock on the door of Warden Jameson's office at the state penitentiary, and a cell block guard by the name of Spears walked in with the announcement that somebody wanted to talk to the warden.
Who is it, Spears?
Prisoner from cell block A. He yammered till I went to see what was wrong.
Yes, Spears.
And then he told me he could retake Gollard for us. Nothing's flat.
And I can, Warden. Honest, so help me now. I'm not kidding. I know exactly what I'm talking
I told you to wait outside.
All right, Spears. All right. I'll talk to him.
Okay, Warden.
You say you can recapture Frank Gollard?
And be back before morning.
Who are you?
Number 5,002.
I mean your name.
Oh, my name is Hap McLean.
I presume, McLean, that you can only perform this remarkable feat if you allow to be left out of the prison alone.
Who wants alone? Send Spears with me with a gun, a dozen guns. Who cares? Now, look, I'm only trying to do the right thing here, Mr. Warden. That's all I'm interested
I
in.
see. All right. We'll send Spears with you.
And you won't regret it, I'll tell you what.
And I'm telling you something, McLean. If you succeed in this mission, I'll see what can be done to secure you a full and complete pardon.
No, you mean it?
Don't you think you deserve it?
Well, I guess I did figure something like that.
Yeah, I imagined you did, McLean. Spears.
Yes, sir.
You'll take McLean into the city. Let him do exactly as he thinks best.
So, Hap McLean, informer and temporary public hero, passed out of the prison walls on his errand of black treachery. Meanwhile, we were still ransacking the city for Lila, and as it turned out, Frank Gollard was doing the same. In the phone booth of a hole-in-the-wall cigar store on a side street.
Yeah, she must be at some cottage at Riverview. Yeah, that's it. Probably where she's hiding out.
Number, please.
Give me Riverview 534.
Riverview 534. Thank you, sir. Hello?
Is this you, Lila?
Oh, Frank. How are you, Frank, honey?
I'm fine. I'm looking for you, Lila.
Oh, honey, I just turned on the radio and heard the news. I just woke up. I'd been asleep.
Why did you go up to Riverview to sleep, Lila?
What's the matter, Frank?
Matter? Nothing. I just wanted to see you.
Where are you? I'll come right into the city.
Stay where you are. I'll come to you.
All right, sweetheart. You remember how to get here?
Yeah, I remember. You, alone, Lila?
Yes. A girlfriend was staying with me up until last night, but she had to get back to town. Oh, honey, I wish we could be together. I wish we never had to leave here.
Stay where you are till I get there, baby. Maybe you never will.
Feeling for the gun butt in his pocket, Frank Gollard ducked out onto the sidewalk and started the tortuous journey toward his final long-sought vengeance. Later in the afternoon, back at the office, Saunders and I were checking the short-wave reports.
You know, it baffles me a little, Sharp.
What does?
Gollard's wife turning him in.
Why? She's a gunman's doll, isn't she?
No, not quite. Anyway, she's not running true to form.
Why not?
A word around has been that she's almost arranged for his parole. Strange, huh?
Yeah, very.
Commander.
Yeah, Risky?
Oh, a little luck at last.
Well, that we can use.
I think I found out where Mrs. Gollard phoned you from.
Yeah?
But I'm afraid it won't help any. It seems she rang up from a phone booth.
Phone booth, huh? Where?
In a place called Banner's Tavern over on Time Street, near the river. You know it? I said, do you know it, Commander?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I know it. Risky.
Yeah, Commander?
Go get me a cap and a sweater.
Huh? A cap and a sweater. What do you want them for?
To wear. I'm going to Banner's Tavern, Risky, and I want to look like one of the boys. Banner's Tavern, at the foot of a wharf on the river, had never been what might be called a pride to the community, and tonight was no exception. The clientele I saw at once was entirely male, except for one blonde cutie who sat alone over a glass of beer, a bright red scar of a smile on her hard face.
Well, what are you looking at?
Well, what do you think, honey?
Beat it. I got a boyfriend coming.
Yeah? From where?
That would be telling.
Well, how's about a little drink till he shows?
Well,
Go ahead. What'll you have?
how about a gin and water?
Why not? What's your name, beautiful?
Esther?
That's all?
Esther Moody.
Moody? Esther Moody? You ain't the doll used to kick around with Hap McLean.
You know her?
Like that. We used to operate together in North Jersey.
Oh, what do you know?
How's he doing these days?
He's in stir. Didn't you know that?
For how long?
Hard to say right now. There's some kind of caper in the work.
Yeah?
I've been trying to figure it out all night.
What's the lowdown?
Well, lean over here.
Yeah.
About 11 o'clock last night, Hap sent me the word over the grapevine.
Uh-huh.
And he tells me to call up a certain private eye this morning. Announce myself as Mrs. Gollard and say that Frank is on his way to his wife's flat. What do you think?
What do you think?
I think I trusted you mighty fast, handsome. How about that little drink?
How about better?
Better?
How about a little pinch?
What?
Roused up, lady. I'm the private eye you handed that runaround to this morning. I got her to headquarters. Not, however, without a set of fingernail marks down my cheek. And walked in on a bit of exciting news. It seemed the postal clerk at a place called Riverview had phoned in giving Lila Gollard's whereabouts. The address, 21 Canton Lane, at which street number Frank Gollard had just arrived.
Oh, Frank. You sounded so strange over the phone. I don't understand. What have I done?
You really want me to tell you, Lila? You called the cops and told them where they could pick me up.
I did, Frank?
Yeah, you.
Frank, how could I? I didn't even know you'd broken out.
McLean got word to you at the apartment last night and told you where I'd be.
But I wasn't there. I wasn't even there.
Ah, that's an easy out. You turn me in, and then you run for the tall timber.
Frank, do you honestly believe I'd do that?
I know you did it, you hypocritical swine.
Darling. Darling.
Yeah?
Hello, kid.
Hap.
I lambed out myself, kid. I figured you needed somebody to look after you. You done business yet?
Yeah, not all of it. I'm right here at home base.
That's so I figured.
Hap,
Yeah, baby.
you contacted my wife last night, didn't you?
Well, sure. Sure thing. Why do you ask?
I won't ask again. I gotta hang up now.
Well, just a second, Frank. Look, I'm in the alley behind Banner's Tavern on the side by the river. You know where that is?
Yeah, sure.
Well, then beat it down to see me as soon as you can. I got a pal along who's going to see you safe out of the States on a strictly credit basis. Okay?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a million. I'll see you, pal. You cheap, lying, rotten, deceitful tramp.
Oh, no. No, Frank, no. Not a gun.
Shut up! This is beyond begging and no place for talk. If you've got prayers to say 'em. There won't be any time later.
I won't need time for prayers, Frank. I'd die before I hurt you. I don't mind losing my life, Frank. All I regret is I'll never see you again. Never. Never.
It was at that moment that Risky and I drove up in front of 21 Canton Lane and heard the shots as we ran up the path to the house.
That was it, Commander?
Yeah. Gollard, you blasted fool.
What did you do, you crazy punk? I just killed a liar, a stoolie, and a cheat. Let's go now without questions, huh?
First, there's got to be a few answers given, boy.
Such as?
Did you know this cheat here had just about arranged to get you paroled at the next meeting of the board?
You're lying.
Too bad for your peace of mind I'm not. Not when I said that, nor when I say this. Your wife didn't call me and inform on you today, Gollard.
She did?
No, she didn't. The call I got came from a woman named Esther Moody, who made it to help weave this net you're caught in.
Moody? Esther Moody? Who's that? What's she got to do with me?
She's got nothing to do with you. But I think maybe her boyfriend has.
Her boyfriend?
A guy by the name of Hap McLean. For a moment, he stared at me like a wounded animal, and then his eyes closed slowly. He shook his head wearily, as if to come out of a sick dizziness, and neither Risky nor I caught the movement of his hand as he blasted the globe dangling from the ceiling, plunging us into blind blackness as he crashed out through the window. Nearer dawn, in the alley behind Banner's Tavern.
It's getting chilly waiting here, McLean. Where's your boy?
Easy, Spears. Take it easy. He's on his way to us.
Yeah.
There he comes.
You sure, Tim?
Can't you see, Flathead? Hey, give me a gun. Let me take him in. Yeah, thanks. Now, duck behind the lamppost so I don't see you too soon.
Hap?
Here I am, kid. How you making it, huh?
I killed her, Hap.
Yeah, sure. That's what you had to do. Come on. We'll go in Banner's and have a few snorts. That'll set you up right, eh?
Hey, Hap.
Yeah.
Where's the pal who was going to help me lamb out of the States?
Oh, well, he had to go, Frank. He'll be back.
I figured he was back now. That's him behind the lamppost, ain't it, Hap? I gotta get him, too.
Kid. Help me. Kid, how much blood do you want on your hands, baby?
Just a little more. Just a little more, you greasy, crummy stool pigeon.
Hap McLean took a look into the empty, cold eyes of the boy and suddenly bolted down the alley. At the corner, McLean swung abruptly and fired. The bullet hit, and he waited for Frank Gollard to go down, but he waited in vain. The boy came toward him, head lowered, staggering.
Baby. Baby, don't be sore on me. I don't want you sore on me, Frank.
As he spoke, McLean fired again and found himself with an empty gun in his hand. And he blinked unbelievingly as the boy swayed with the anguish of the shots, and then steadily he plowed forward. Half crazy with fear, McLean stumbled into the darkness until he came to World's End at the edge of the wharf behind the tavern.
Oh, baby, oh, Frank, you gotta listen to your happy. You gotta listen to your happy. You can't be sore on me, baby. I'm for you, honest. Oh, don't shoot, kid. Let's talk it out there.
Frank Gollard, looking like a child asleep, was dead, stretched out on the rotten planking of the wharf when we found him. Josh and Debbie were in bed when I climbed the stairs to our flat, and knowing nothing of what was going on inside of me, they clamored for the next story in the book. The next story was Othello, and as I read the tale of the tragic death of Desdemona and Othello and the final undoing of Iago, I shuddered with a kind of recognition. At the end of the narrative, there was silence. Then...
And Othello killed himself, too?
Yes, baby.
Gee, I don't see why he had to die. He didn't know what he was doing. It's all Iago's fault, wasn't it, Daddy?
Yes, essentially, it was Iago's fault.
Then why didn't he just explain and go on living?
Maybe he didn't want to, honey.
Oh, you mean because he'd lost Desdemona? Is that it?
Well, that's part of it.
Well, what's the other part, Daddy?
Don't you know?
You mean he'd lost Iago, too?
Yes, baby. You get the point. He'd also lost his friend.
Joshua Sharp, detective, works for his clients on a strictly cash basis to provide for the needs of his nearest and dearest, Josh Jr. and Debbie. To them, he's the friendly magician, the fabulous hero, the giant among giants, the big guy. NBC has presented another in a series of adventures of The Big Guy, played by Henry Calvin and featuring David Anderson as Josh Jr. and Joan Laser as Debbie. The script was written by Peter Barry and directed by Thomas Madigan. The music was composed and played by Jack Ward. Members of the cast were Jim Stevens, Merrill E. Jones, Peggy Lobbin, Bill Zuckert, Linda Watkins, Lyle Sudrow, and Sandy Strauss as Risky Skinner. Your announcer is Peter Roberts.
3 chimes mean good times on NBC. The American album of familiar music returns tonight over most of these NBC stations, presenting the finest in Sunday evening musical listening designed for the entire family. On Sunday, September 10th, Theater Guild on the Air will be back with more hour-long presentations from Broadway and Hollywood, featuring the most famous and talented artists of stage, screen, and radio. 3 chimes mean good times on NBC.
Welcome back. You know, his cellmate with that use of baby all the time kind of reminded me of Dick Vitale from ESPN's college basketball many years back. This episode raises a number of interesting issues from the writing standpoint. I just could not see them. Sending Pappy in with a guard, promising a pardon, and telling the guard to do whatever he said, even though he is one of the more memorable characters we've had on the program. And of course, for our, as a 21st century people, here in the 21st century, we may find the idea of sitting down and reading your kids the story of Othello as a bedtime story perhaps a little bit of an odd choice. There actually, it should be noted, were a couple of books that were in existence out at the time of this program. One by Edith Nesbit called Beautiful Stories from Shakespeare, and the other by Mary Lamb, which did actually look at Shakespeare told a level more that children could understand it. And it is somewhat interesting. We tend to think of the 1950s as a period where kids were pretty well protected from negativity, harm, and some might even say reality. But in some ways, particularly with kids who are, 12 and under, we've kind of changed our standards a little bit in terms of not allowing some things that would have been perfectly acceptable on juvenile programs in the 1950s. I mean, The Adventures of Superman was a children's show, but I've lost count of the number of now to listener comments and feedback, and we have a listener voicemail on that vexing issue of a composer's name.
Hi, Adam. This is Tim in Tucson, Arizona. And I believe the way you pronounce the name of the composer that you mentioned is Shostakovich. And I guess my 4 years of college Russian has finally come in handy for something 30 years later. Take care.
Thanks, Ken. Well, and thank you for providing the name of Shostakovich. And your 4 years of college Russian apparently did better than my one semester. Thanks so much for the comment, Ken. Rick also adds that Shostakovich also wrote The Gadfly, used on Riley, Ace of Spies. So there you go. And thank you so much, both Ken and Rick. That will actually do it for today. Join us back here tomorrow. We continue the Amy Bradshaw matter. Before we get started, I want to remind you that you can help support the program by just remembering when you're going to make your travel plans, be it cruises, airline tickets, hotels, or rental cars. Remember to go to JohnnyDollarAir.com first. JohnnyDollarAir.com is a Priceline affiliate, so you get the same advantage of being able to choose from some great published fares or for being able to name your own price. But if you do purchase through JohnnyDollarAir.com, a portion of your purchase goes to support the show at no additional cost to you. So remember, JohnnyDollarAir.com. Now it's time to get into today's episode, the Amy Bradshaw matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Al Santella at police headquarters, Johnny.
Yeah. You hear what happened at the Criterion Theater after the show last night?
I was off duty when you called, but Sergeant Rogers gave me a fill-in this morning. So somebody tried to drop a sandbag on Amy Bradshaw backstage.
Yeah, a real near miss. You still think these attempts on her life are publicity stunts?
No, looks like your hunch was right. I'll have a couple of my boys keep an eye on Amy.
Thanks.
Johnny, you wanted to know the whereabouts of this guy, Bill York, the husband Amy separated from.
What have you got on him, Al?
768 West 4th Street, down in Greenwich Village.
Thanks, I'll check it.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. New York City, expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Home Office, Northwestern Indemnity Alliance, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Amy Bradshaw matter. Expense account item 8, $275. Taxi from my hotel to Greenwich Village to try and locate a writer named Bill York, who had separated from Amy 6 months ago. Amy was a good actress, but she couldn't hide the fact she was plenty scared by the attempts on her life in the last 3 days. My hunch was it was someone close to Amy, and Bill York was very much on my list. After all, he was the beneficiary on her life insurance policy. I hadn't been to this part of the village in 2 or 3 years, but from the looks of it, it hadn't changed a bit. Defiantly shabby and run down. A few beards here and there, a few gals with long, straight hair. Bookstores and bars, side by side. I checked at the address Al Centella had given me. It was a beat-up old rooming house.
You come down here to interview the famous writer, something like that?
Not exactly.
Too bad. Here I thought you wanted to carry my message to America.
No, I'm afraid that's a little out of my department, Mr. York. Amy did mention that you were a writer.
I can tell you exactly what she said. She said, you know, Bill's a writer, sort of, right?
Well, as a matter of fact.
Amy always felt it necessary to apologize for me. That was one thing about our marriage that was always so charming.
Well, look, I didn't come here to discuss your marriage, York. I don't know what you're so bitter about. It's none of my business.
Why, Dollar, what do I have to be bitter about? Here I am, an artist, living an unfettered life of freedom in Greenwich Village. What more could I ask?
I guess I haven't read any of your books.
Don't worry about it. You're in good company. You and the publishers.
Oh, that's too bad. Must make a little problem in the grocery department.
Oh, that doesn't worry me. You see, one can always manage to live comfortably in hock.
Oh?
And if one is willing to hock his soul, of course the returns are much greater.
I don't get you.
That's not surprising, because nobody else but me would call it my soul. It's just the manuscript for an unpublished novel. 3 years of work and sweat and pain. But my clever pawnbroker, Mr. Pomeroy, has a fair idea what it means to me.
Mike Pomeroy, Amy's agent?
Charming chap. Quite shrewd.
In other words, if you could raise some money, you could get this brainchild of yours out of hock from him. Tell me, how long's it been since you've seen Amy?
Several months. Why?
You haven't been uptown near her apartment the last few days, huh?
No.
You sure?
Of course. Anything else?
No. Not for now.
We will continue with the Bradshaw matter in a moment.
I was getting nowhere in my attempt to find out who was gunning for Amy Bradshaw, and I knew it. I called Mike Pomeroy, her agent, but he was out, so I took the next name on my list, the producer of Amy's play, Emery Taylor. Expense account item 9, $175. Cab fare to Taylor's apartment in the mid-50s near the Museum of Modern Art. Taylor wasn't in, but his wife Dora was. She was sleek-looking and a little on the brittle side. She was sitting behind a small bar in the den, and she looked quite at home there.
Drink?
Thanks. Will your husband be back soon, Mrs. Taylor?
Who knows? Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
What do you want to see him about?
Amy Bradshaw.
What about Amy Bradshaw?
I wanted to ask him if he knew of anyone who might want to harm Amy for any reason.
Oh, I could answer that better than Emery.
There is someone?
There certainly is.
Who?
Me.
Why?
Would you like it if your husband was knocking himself out for for a younger woman?
Well, now, isn't that part of the business?
Is it? That's not all. Amy's hurt plenty of people getting where she is.
You think your husband's one of them?
I hope not.
Who has she hurt, Mrs. Taylor?
Do you know Dave Coleman?
Her director?
He was very much in love with Amy a few months ago.
Oh, I see.
I don't like to see someone I like get the way he was. One night here, he had a couple too many. He said, if he couldn't have her...
Oh.
Funny. How quick he got over it, though.
Never says anything about it anymore, huh?
Not a word.
What about Porter Kane?
Oh, you've met him.
Is he one of them that Amy's hurt?
No, he's not in that category. Whatever happened to hurt him must have happened at about the age of 5.
What do you mean?
Oh, isn't that when most of our troubles start?
I wouldn't know.
I once paid a psychiatrist $500 to tell me that's when mine started.
Your troubles?
Sure. Can't you tell, Mr. Dollard? I'm the mixed-up type.
Aren't we all, Mrs. Taylor? I left her, still sitting behind the bar, and somehow I felt sorry for her. But she had given a new lead. David Coleman, Amy's director, who'd had it bad for Amy just a few months ago and had now completely recovered. Maybe. I made a mental note to have a little chat with Coleman that night. Then I put in another call to Mike Pomeroy. This time he was in, and I finally talked him into meeting me at a little bar on West 44th near the theater. But when I got there, I could see that he wasn't feeling very cooperative.
Look, Dollar, I suggested once before, nice and polite, that maybe you should try minding your own business.
I got the message, all right, Pomeroy, and now I've got one for you. I am minding my own business. This is what I was hired to do. The insurance company I represent holds a pretty hefty life insurance policy on Amy. And if she's in any danger, they want to know about it.
But I told you before, I think this whole thing's pretty silly.
I had a talk with Bill York, the writer, this morning. Even though he and Amy are separated, you know, he's still the beneficiary on her policy.
So?
So he says he's in hock to you.
He's a bum. He wasn't doing Amy any good. She was worrying about him. When they split up, I told him as long as he stayed away from her, didn't try to see her, I'd keep him in groceries.
I see.
But naturally, I wanted some security.
The manuscript of his book, for instance?
Great unborn American novel.
Well, apparently that manuscript means a lot to him.
That's why I figured it'd be good security. What's the matter, Dollar? You look like you smelled something bad.
Do I?
What am I supposed to be? A philanthropist?
Let me make one thing clear, Pomeroy. As far as the kind of loans you make, I agree with you. It's none of my business. But maybe I just got a sensitive nose.
Yeah. Anyway, now I want my dough back. Is there anything wrong with that?
Not a thing.
I've got a play lined up I know will go over big. I want to produce it. York's tab has run up to several $1,000 now. I could use the money.
I see.
The stupid part of the whole deal is that York could pay me back within a couple of months if he wanted to.
Oh.
Sure. There's a lot of dough floating around to be made in television these days. But that prima donna thinks he's way above that sort of thing.
This play you want to produce, Pomeroy, will it star Amy?
No. Sheila Mitchell.
Oh. Well, thanks for the information. Be seeing you.
I doubt it.
On my way over to the Criterion Theater, I thought about Pomeroy. A rugged customer. And I felt he was one more who wouldn't let anyone stand in the way of anything he wanted to do. After the show, I picked up Amy backstage and took her back to her apartment. She looked very tired and didn't say much. We said goodnight at the front entrance, and I started walking along the sidewalk. Then I spotted somebody in the shadows across the street again, watching. I could tell from his hat and coat he was the same one who'd been there the night before last. I kept on walking until I reached the corner, then circled halfway around the block to an alley and edged up on him from behind. He didn't see me until I dove at him. Well, Bill York.
So, what are you doing here?
So you haven't been near Amy for a long time, huh? Except tonight and the night before last, watching her apartment.
Darling.
Come on, York, start talking. And it better be good. Johnny Dollar.
Elsa Intel at police headquarters, Johnny.
Better get over here to my hotel room, Al. I've got company.
Who is it?
Bill York.
Amy Bradshaw's ex-husband?
Right. I caught him watching her apartment half an hour ago, and he's the one who was watching it the other night. This time I had better luck catching him.
Has he opened up yet?
No, but he will.
Johnny, take it easy with him.
I think he's got plenty to tell us. Looks like he's the boy we're after, Al.
I'll be right
over. New York City. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Home Office, Northwestern Indemnity Alliance, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Amy Bradshaw matter. Amy, star of a Broadway play, and somebody was out to get her. Expense account item 10, $3. Repairs to one coat sleeve. Torn in the process of inviting Bill York up to my hotel room.
Look, Dolly, you've got no right to drag me up here to your room this way.
York, you're going to sit right here until you open up and tell me all about the attempt on Amy Bradshaw's life.
What?
You come in. Oh, Al.
Hi, Johnny.
York, this is Detective Lieutenant Al Centella.
Now, look here, Lieutenant. What's this all about?
Well, I kind of thought that's what you'd tell us, Mr. York.
But this is crazy. Why would I want to kill Amy?
You're aware that you're still the beneficiary on Amy's insurance policy.
What? Even if I am...
Also, you need money, and you need it bad. You're several $1,000s in debt to Mike Pomeroy, Amy's agent. He's been pressing you for it lately.
Look, Dollar.
And you know you can't get the manuscript of your novel out of hock from him until you pay off. You've got 2 strikes against you, York. Motive and opportunity.
Opportunity? Sure, but motive? No, Dollar. I've never had any reason to kill Amy. It's true she and I couldn't make it together, but I guess that was more my fault than hers.
Go on.
You see, Amy's never let anything stand in the way of what she wanted. What she wanted, I didn't. I guess we just lived in 2 different worlds.
What do you mean?
She's always been a success, and I've always been a failure.
You still haven't explained why you lied to me, York.
Lied?
When I talked to you this morning, you told me you hadn't been near Amy for a long time. But when I caught up with you in front of her apartment tonight, I realized you were the same one who was watching it night before last.
How about that, York?
You fellas don't believe me much.
What do you mean?
Sure, once in a while I go stand outside her apartment house, look up at the light on the window, maybe think a little about how things might have been. That's all.
Maybe you better come downtown with me, York. We'll check your story further. If you're clean, you got nothing to worry about.
All right, Lieutenant.
Sergeant, take Mr. York down to the car and wait for me there. Johnny? Who else have you talked to?
Oh, everybody close to her. But the one who interests me most is her agent, Mike Pomeroy. He can be a pretty rough customer when he wants to. And he thinks Amy's standing in the way of a career for an actress he's currently interested in.
Let's talk about somebody else for a moment.
Who?
You, Johnny. I think you're getting a little bit out of line.
What do you mean?
Down at police headquarters, we got a little black book. It tells us what to do and what not to do. It doesn't say anything about insurance investigators dragging possible suspects to their hotel room to question them.
Listen, Al, when I'm assigned to a case, I usually try to break it any way I can.
I know. It's just that I think you're taking this case pretty big.
Meaning?
Yesterday I told you that if I didn't know you better, I'd think you were falling for Amy a little yourself. Think it over, Johnny.
We will continue with the Bradshaw matter in a moment.
Expense account item 11, $4, drinks. For me. I thought about what Al Centella had said. The possibility I was falling for Amy Bradshaw. Thought about it for 2 hours. Finally, I decided I had to find out if he was right. I went over to Amy's apartment.
It was good of you to come over, Johnny. I just can't seem to sleep lately.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a policeman on duty down in the lobby.
Lieutenant Centella arranged for that.
It's funny. It should make me feel better, but it doesn't. It just keeps reminding me of it. The threat on my life. I'm glad you're here, Johnny.
So am I.
Awfully glad. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but...
Do you hear any objections?
Oh, well, who could... Excuse me.
Yeah, sure.
Hello? Yes? Oh, Porter. What? No, I'm sorry. No, really, Porter, it's out of the question. No, Good night, Porter.
Kane, huh?
Yes, I suppose he means well. But he can be rather annoying. Do you have a cigarette, Johnny?
Here.
Thanks. You seem rather quiet tonight.
Oh, just thinking, I guess.
It's funny. Our meeting like this.
Yeah.
Just a few days ago, I didn't know you at all. And now...
And now what?
I don't know, Johnny. I don't know.
Amy...
It was a mistake, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Was it?
Yes. Johnny, I'm afraid I've hurt a couple of people in the past. I don't want to hurt you.
Don't worry, you won't.
And that's the wonderful thing about being an actress. You play so many parts.
The kiss, that was playing a part, huh?
Even if it weren't, Johnny, it'd be no good. There'd always be something between us. It's right over there on the mantel.
The clock?
Yes. We can't turn it back. If I'd met you a long time ago before Mike, but I didn't.
No.
So?
Is the clock so bad, Amy?
It is to an actress. Sometimes I pretend it isn't there. You ever do that, John?
No, it doesn't do any good.
But you can try. You can live a whole life trying. Isn't that really what we all do?
I don't know.
We go along playing our parts, doing what we have to do, pretending the clock isn't there. But all the while it is. And though we keep on fighting against it, we know we can't turn it back. We can't even stop it.
One thing I'd accomplished, I guess. I'd decided I wouldn't be seeing Amy anymore after this case was wound up. Winding it up, though, was another question, and I was still as far from home as ever on it. But I couldn't seem to get Porter Kane and his quaint little hobby of collecting things out of my mind.
Why, good evening, Mr. Dollar.
Hello, Mr. Kane.
Come in, come in.
Thanks. I know it's late. I'm sorry.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, I was hoping I'd see you again.
I don't want to keep you. I see your hat and coat.
No, I'm not going out. I've just come in.
Oh. You said you were hoping you'd see me again?
Yes, I enjoyed our other little chat very much. I suppose you came to talk some more about Amy Bradshaw.
Matter of fact, Mr. Kane, I came to talk about you.
Splendid.
And about your hobby.
Collecting. A fascinating hobby, Mr. Dollar.
You take it pretty seriously, don't you?
I've devoted most of my life to it. And I may say that I've succeeded rather brilliantly with it. Each item in my collection is incomparable, without equal.
Yeah, one of a kind.
And that, of course, is precisely why Amy is necessary to complete the collection. The crowning and final edition.
Final?
Yes. For your information, Mr. Dollar, when I've acquired Amy, I intend to cease my hobby.
Oh.
She will complete my collection. Without her, though, it is still incomplete.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions, Mr. Kane?
Not at all.
You seem to have been pretty successful with your collection. Have you ever run up against an item you wanted but couldn't get?
Of course not. That just doesn't happen.
Has it ever happened?
I can't remember that it ever... Yes. Yes, it did happen once.
When?
When I was 9 years old. A playmate of mine had a lollipop that I admired greatly. He wouldn't give it to me, and he wouldn't sell it to me.
What did you do?
I did the only logical thing there was to do. I smashed the lollipop, Mr. Dollar.
Johnny Dollar will be back in a moment to tell you about tomorrow's episode.
Friends, send for your set of some of the most exciting toys of the year. 6 giant inflatable toys for only $1. Some up to 3 feet tall. You get Bounco the Happy Clown, Hoppy the Australian Kangaroo, Roscoe the 2 feet long roller skating bear, Whitey the fat indoor snowman, Mortimer the giant mouse 18 inches long, and last but not least, the great giant talking Santa, a roly-poly giant over 3 feet tall and 32 inches around the belly that actually says Merry Christmas out loud when you pull the tape. That's 6 sensational giant toys for only $1, made of sturdy, gaily colored latex that the kids can easily inflate. Send $1 for each set to Giant Animals, Box 1907, Grand Central Station, New York City. And if you order right now, you get Peter the Rabbit over 2 feet tall absolutely free. If not delighted with your giant animals, your money refunded immediately. Order today. You may never hear this offer again. Rush $1 plus 10 cents for packing and mailing in cash, check, or money order to Giant Animals, Box 1907, Grand Central Station, New York City. That's $1 plus 10 cents for each set with your name and address to Giant Animals, Box 1907, Grand Central Station, New York City.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's episode of the Amy Bradshaw matter.
Tomorrow, Well, it's the wind-up, and a pretty rough one. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Robert Reif, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. Well, there's probably a big leap from smashing a lollipop when you're 9 years old or threatening a woman who refuses your advances as what we assume to be a middle-aged adult. I know it's not Vincent Price, but the guy who does the voice of this Kane character has a sort of Vincent Price feel, though I think in some ways it's kind of allusion to Charles Foster Kane, who of course collected many, many things, as could be seen in the movie Citizen Kane. And hurry up and get your giant animals. I'll be happy when that promotion's over. All right. Well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback. And we have this comment from John regarding the local diamond matter. I was a little put off by the supposed Dutch diamond dealer who kept using German words in a mock German accent. The writer's research didn't provide him with any Dutch words to use for things like no, goodbye, or other simple terms. Well, thanks so much for the comment, John. Now, it's been a couple weeks since I listened to this serial, but as I recall it, the Lorco Diamond firm was Dutch. But jogging my memory and using John Abbott's book, the Who is Johnny Dollar matter as a kind of guide to that, I don't believe that the agent of the Lorco Diamond Company said he was Dutch, only that the Lorco Diamond Company was a Dutch firm. And he was named Zeindorf, Jan Zeindorf. Now, as best I can tell, I've done some research, and Zeindorf appears to be an Austrian name, and Jan could be any number of countries as a male name. So it seems to me like while it's a Dutch company, that Zeindorf was a national of another country, probably Austria, working for the Lorco Diamond Company. Or they just totally messed up on their research, one or the other. But I'll kind of lean towards the other. I think that particularly, for whatever reason, around that time, Hollywood had a lot of folks who could do really good German and Austrian accents, perhaps because of the war. And those accents tend to be a little more recognizable. So that's my hunch. There may be an expert out there who thinks I'm totally wrong, and if so, I'd like to know it. Email me at box13@greatdetectives.net. Well, today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners. Thank you so much for your support. And you can support the program at support.greatdetectives.net. Well, we're going to bring you an episode that will be very familiar to longtime listeners of the program. It's the adventure of the Speckled Man. The Speckled Man has actually been done by every one of the major Holmeses. You know, anyone where we played a large number of episodes. There were, a couple ones. There was Ben Wright, Orson Welles, and one other person, Louise Hector, I believe, who, from the 1930s, where we don't have that. But the four major ones we have, the first time we played the Speckled Man was in 2010 in June with Basil Rathbone. And that was way back on episode 164. Then the next time we played, it was August 2011 with Tom Conway in episode 479. And then the last time we played it was actually only about 8 months ago in September 2012, episode 754. So if you want a quick way to get a comparison of the Holmeses, you can go ahead and do just search Speckled Band at greatdetectives.net. Well, we're going to get into today's episode. I do want to encourage you to be sure and stay around after today's episode because I have an extra special bonus old-time radio treat I think you'll enjoy. But here now is the Speckled Band.
My name is John H. Watson, and by profession I am a doctor of medicine. In the spring of 1883, Sherlock Holmes and I took up our residence at 221B Baker Street, London. I shall never forget that April morning when I ushered in Miss Helen Stoner into our sitting room. She was a most attractive young lady, dressed in black, was heavily veiled, and appeared much distressed.
It's not the cold which makes me shiver, Mr. Holmes. It's fear. Terror. I can stand this strain no longer. I shall go mad if it continues. I've no one to turn to. Even my fiancé believes it's only my imagination.
You mustn't fear. We'll soon set matters to rights, I've no doubt.
My name is Helen Stoner, and I'm living with my stepfather, who is the last survivor of one of the oldest families in England, the Roylotts of Stoke Moran on the western border of Surrey.
The name is familiar to me, madam.
The family used to be very rich. Now there's nothing left save a few acres and an old house crushed under a heavy mortgage. 8 years ago, my mother died.
Was your mother a wealthy woman?
She had a fortune of some £1,000 a year, which she bequeathed to Dr. Roylott entirely, so long as we resided with him, with the provision that a certain annual sum should be allowed to both Julia and myself if either of us should marry.
Uh-huh. Tell me, did Dr. Roylott continue to practice after your return to England?
No, not after the death of my mother. He took my sister and me to live with him at Stoke Moran, and for a time we were quite happy together. But a terrible change began to come over our stepfather. He shut himself up and only came out to indulge in violent quarrels with his neighbors. He's ended by becoming dreadfully feared in the village. He has no friends at all but the wandering bands of gypsies that he allows to camp in his grounds. He's a collector of strange animals. He has an Indian cheetah and a baboon which wander freely over the estate and are feared by the villagers almost as much as he is. No servant would stay with us. We had to do all the work of the house. You could imagine what it was like for my sister and me. And when she died, though she was only 30, Julia's hair had begun to turn white, even as mine has.
Your sister died?
Just 2 years ago. Soon after she'd become engaged to be married. Only a fortnight before the wedding, she died in terrible circumstances.
Did your stepfather offer any objection to her marriage?
No, he didn't appear to.
The circumstances of your sister's death. Please be precise as to details.
It's easy to be so, for every event of that dreadful time is seared into my memory. As I said, the manor house is very old, and only one wing is now in use. The bedrooms in this wing are on the ground floor. First my stepfather's, then my sister's, and then mine. There's no communication between them, but they open onto the same corridor and look out onto the same lawn. That night, Dr. Roylott, my stepfather, had gone to his room early, but was not yet asleep, for my sister was troubled by the strong smell of his Indian cigar. She left her room and came into mine, where she sat chatting about her coming wedding.
Well, Helen, I'll be getting back to bed. He must be asleep by now. By the way, have you ever heard a strange whistle in the dead of night?
A whistle? No, why?
For the last few nights. About 3 a.m. I've been wakened by a low, clear whistle.
Haven't heard it, but then I sleep more heavily than you do.
Well, it's of no consequence. Good night.
I couldn't sleep that night. I'd locked my door after Julia left and heard her lock hers, too. We always locked our doors for fear of the cheetah and the baboon that were let out every night in the grounds. I remember it was a wild night. The wind was howling outside and the rain beating against the windows. I had a terrible premonition of evil. And suddenly, through the storm, I knew it was my sister who had screamed. I sprang from my bed, wrapped a shawl round me, and rushed into the corridor. As I opened my door, I heard a distant whistle. A whistle, and a clanging sound as if a mass of metal had fallen somewhere. As I ran towards it, my sister's door was unlocked and slowly swung open. By the light of the lamp, I saw her standing there, her face blanched with terror, her hands groping for help, her whole figure swaying to and fro. Her knees gave way, and she fell to the ground. She only screamed the one thing before she died in my arms. It was the band. The Speckled band.
It seems that Julia Stoner's death was carefully investigated by the local coroner. But Dr. Roylott's conduct had been notorious in the county, and foul play was suspected. But no satisfactory explanation of the tragedy was ever found. The doctor had been asleep in his room. The scream had wakened him. Julia's room had been locked on the inside, the windows heavily shuttered. The chimney was barred by iron staples. It was certain that Julia Stoner had been quite alone when she had met her end. There was nothing to indicate how she had met it. There were no marks of violence on the body, and the doctors could find no evidence of poison.
It's my belief that she died of sheer terror and nervous shock. Though what it was that frightened her, I cannot imagine.
Were there any gypsies camping in the plantation at the time?
Yes, there are nearly always some there.
And what did you gather from her allusion to the Speckled band?
Oh, sometimes I've thought it was merely delirium. Sometimes I've wondered if it might have referred to some band of people. Perhaps those very gypsies in the plantation with their spotted handkerchiefs on their heads.
These are very deep waters, Miss Stoner. Please go on.
2 years have passed since then, and until lately, my life has been lonelier than ever. A month ago, however, I became engaged to be married to a Mr. Armitage, a neighbor of ours and a very dear friend. I feared my stepfather might offer objections, but he's made no difficulties, and we are to be married later this spring.
Yes?
2 days ago, some repairs were started in the west wing, so that I've had to move out of my own room into the room next door, the room in which my sister died. Last night, I lay awake thinking of her terrible fate. I suddenly heard in the silence of the night that same low whistle.
Though her room was locked, and there appeared to be nothing wrong when she sprang out of bed and lit her lamp, Helen Stoner had been too terrified to go back to bed. As soon as it was light, she had caught an early morning train to London and had come straight round to ask the advice of Sherlock Holmes.
You have done very wisely. Are you sure you told me everything?
Yes, everything.
I think you are still shielding your stepfather, Miss Stoner. Isn't that the mark of his grip there on your wrist?
He's a hard man. Perhaps he hardly knows his own strength.
Well, this is a very deep business. And from what you tell me, there may not be a moment to lose. If we were to come down to Stoke Moran today, would it be possible to see over the bedrooms without the knowledge of your stepfather?
I think so. He told me last night he was coming to London for the day. There should be no one to disturb you.
Excellent. Then we shall both come. What are you going to do yourself?
I have 1 or 2 things to attend to in town, but I shall be home shortly after noon.
Then you may expect us early this afternoon, Miss Stoner. Goodbye for the present.
We discussed many possible theories after Miss Stoner had left. We were in the midst of our deliberations when we received another visitor.
Which of you is Holmes?
My name, sir, but you have the advantage of it.
I'm Dr. Grimesby Roylott, Stone Moran. My stepdaughter's been here. What has she been saying to you?
It is a little cold for the time of the year.
What has she been saying to you?
But I've heard that the crocuses promise very well.
Ah, you'll put me off, do you? I know Miss Stoner has been to see you. But don't you dare meddle in my affairs. I'm a dangerous man to fall foul of. See that you keep yourself out of my grip. Or, like this poker, I'll bend you.
An amiable person. Bending our poker almost double, you observe. I'm not quite so bulky. But if he'd remained, I might have shown him that my grip was not much more feeble than his own. There. I think that's just about straight again. You know, my dear Watson, this little incident gives a new zest to our investigations. We shall certainly see what we can find at Stoke Moran this afternoon. Good afternoon, Miss Stoner. You see that we've been as good as our word.
I've been waiting so eagerly for you.
Now, we must make the best use of our time, so kindly take us at once to the rooms we have to examine.
The building was of grey, lichen-blotched stone with a high central portion and two curving wings, like the claws of a crab, thrown out on each side. The central block and the east wing were empty and in poor repair. Blinds to the windows and blue smoke curling up from the chimneys showed that part of the west wing in which the family resided. Some scaffolding had been erected against the end wall, and the stonework had been broken into, but there were no workmen about. Holmes examined the outsides of the three-bedroom windows with the closest attention.
This, I take it, belongs to the room in which you used to sleep. The center one is your sister's room, and the one next to the main building is Dr. Roylott's.
Yes, but I'm sleeping in the middle one, of course.
Pending the alterations, as I understand. By the way, there doesn't seem to be any pressing need for repairs to that end wall.
There were none. I believe that it was an excuse to move me from my own room into my sister's.
Ah, that is suggestive. Well, these windows and shutters are quite firm. No one could possibly get in this way if they were firmly bolted on the inside. We shall have to see if the rooms themselves throw any light on this matter.
A small side door led into the whitewashed corridor from which the three bedrooms opened. Holmes passed at once into the room in which Helen Stoner was now sleeping, the middle one of the three, the bedroom in which her sister had met her death. It was a homely little room, plainly furnished. Holmes' eyes traveled round and round, up and down, taking in every detail.
What does that bell communicate with?
The housekeeper's room.
It looks newer than the other things.
Yes, it was put in a couple of years ago, just before my sister's death. I can't think why. She certainly never used it.
Indeed. It's such a nice long bell pull. Very convenient, I should have thought. The tassel hangs down to the very pillow. Let me see. Why, it's a dummy.
Won't it ring?
No, it's not even attached to a wire. You can see. It's fastened to a hook up there, just above the little opening of the ventilator.
How very absurd. I never noticed it before.
Very strange. And what fool of a builder would open the ventilator into the next room when he might have made it through the outer wall into the fresh air?
Oh, that's also quite modern. It was done about the same time as the bell rope. There were several little changes carried out about that time.
Shortly before your sister's death?
Why, yes.
He moved into the bedroom next door, the room of Dr. Roylott. It was larger than his stepdaughter's, but just as plainly furnished. A camp bed, an armchair, a plain wooden chair against the wall, a round table, and a large iron safe with the principal things which met the eye. Once again, Holmes examined them all with the keenest interest. In one corner of the bed, he found a small dog lash, knotted so as to make a loop of the whipcord.
This is interesting. What do you make of that, Watson?
It's a common enough lash. I don't see why it should be tied into a loop.
That's not quite so common, is it? Miss Stoner, what does your stepfather keep in the safe here?
His business papers.
Oh, you've seen inside it, then?
Only once, some years ago. It was full of papers then.
There wasn't a cat in it by any chance?
No. What a strange idea.
Well, then why the saucer of milk standing on the top of it?
No, we don't keep a cat. But as I told you, there's a cheetah and a baboon.
Ah, yes, of course. Well, a cheetah is just a big cat, and yet a saucer of milk doesn't go very far to satisfy it, I dare say. Now, just one more point. Let me examine this wooden chair. Very interesting. And now, Miss Stoner, I want you to listen carefully and follow my advice in every respect.
I assure you that I'm in your hands, Mr. Holmes.
Your life may depend on it. The matter is too serious for any hesitation. In the first place, then, Dr. Watson and I must spend the night here, in your room.
But dash it all, Holmes.
No, let me explain, my dear Watson. You, Miss Stoner, must retire to your room on pretense of a headache when your stepfather comes back. When you hear him retire for the night into this next door room, you must open the shutters of your window, undo the hasp, put your lamp there as a signal to us. We shall see it from over there in the village. Then go back into your old room, Despite the repairs, it will serve you perfectly well for one night.
Oh, yes, of course.
So we shall spend the night in the middle room, and then we shall be able to investigate the cause of this noise which has so disturbed you.
Sherlock Holmes and I had no difficulty in engaging rooms at the village inn from which we could command a view of the inhabited wing of Stoke Moran Manor House. At dusk, we saw Dr. Grimesby Roylott drive past, lashing his horse. The trap turned into the manor drive, and in a few moments we saw a sudden light spring up among the trees as the lamp was lit in one of the sitting rooms.
You know, Watson, I have some scruples about taking you tonight. There's a distinct element of danger.
Can I be of assistance?
Your presence might be invaluable.
Then I'll certainly come. But you speak of danger. You've obviously seen more in these rooms than was visible to me.
No, but I fancy I may have deduced a little more. I imagine that you saw all I did.
I saw nothing remarkable, save the bell rope. But what purpose...
You saw the ventilator, too.
Yes. There was nothing very unusual about that.
There is at least a curious coincidence in dates. A ventilator is made, a cord is hung, and a lady who sleeps in the bed below dies. Does that not strike you?
Can't as yet see any connection.
Did you observe anything very peculiar about the bed?
No.
It was clamped to the floor, so that it must always be in the same position relative to the ventilator and the bell rope.
Holmes, I seem to see dimly what you're driving at. We're only just in time to prevent some subtle and horrible crime.
Yes, Watson, I think we shall have horrors enough before the night is over.
About 9 o'clock, the light among the trees was extinguished, and all was dark in the manor house. 2 hours passed slowly away, and then, suddenly, a single bright light shone out from the darkness of the west wing.
That's our signal. It comes from the middle window. Come on!
There was little difficulty in entering the grounds through a hole in the park wall. We crossed the lawn, and we came to the open window, when out of a clump of laurel bushes there darted what seemed to be a hideous and distorted child, which threw itself on the grass with writhing limbs, and then ran swiftly into the darkness. I haven't. Did you see that, Holmes?
Yes, a nice household. That was the baboon. Quick, in through the windows before we're visited by the cheetah.
We silently climbed inside, closing the shutters and moving the lamp onto the table. Holmes cast his eyes round the room. All was as we had seen it that afternoon.
We must sit without a light. You can see it through the ventilator. Yes. Don't fall asleep. Not very light may depend upon it. Have your pistol ready in case we should need it.
I took out my revolver and I laid it on the corner of the table. Holmes had brought a long, thin cane with him, which he laid on the bed beside him. Next to it, he placed a box of matches and a candle. Then he turned out the lamp, and we were left in utter darkness. How shall I ever forget that dreadful vigil? From outside came the occasional cry of a bird of the night, and once at our very window, a long, drawn, cat-like dive, which told us that the cheetah was indeed at liberty. Still we sat there, waiting silently for whatever might befall. Suddenly, there was a momentary gleam of light from the ventilator, which vanished immediately. Then, the smell of burning oil and heated metal. Someone in the next room lit a dark lantern. I heard a gentle sound of movement. Then, for half an hour, there was silence again. All at once, I heard another sound. A very gentle, soothing sound, like that of a small jet of steam escaping from a kettle. You see it, Watson? You see it? Striking a match, Holmes leapt from the bed and was lashing furiously with his cane at the bell pull. As the match flared, I heard a low, clear second whistle. Within the gloom, I could still not see what Holmes was attacking so frantically. All I could see was the horror and the loathing on his pale, gaunt face. That scream! It was horrible. What can it mean? It means nothing that it's over. Here, take that pistol and come with me into Dr. Roylott's room. In Dr. Roylott's room, it was a strange and terrible sight that met our eyes. On the table stood a dark lantern with the shutter half open, throwing a brilliant beam of light upon the iron safe, the door of which was ajar. Beside this table sat Dr. Grimesby Roylott, clad in a long dressing gown. His chin was puffed upward, and his eyes were fixed in a dreadful, rigid stare at the corner of the ceiling. About his brow he had a peculiar yellow band with brownish speckles, which seemed to be bound tightly around his head. A band, let's see, a speckled band. A speckled band around the head of the dead man was a snake, a deadly snake in the ear, an adder, a swamp adder. And Dr. Grimesby Roylott had died 10 seconds after that snake had bitten him. Yes, violence does in truth return upon the violent. And the scheme affair is either the pity he gives to another. There was just this creature beckoned to its death. As he spoke, Holmes drew the dog whip swiftly from the dead man's lap, and throwing the knotted loop round the reptile's neck, drew it from its horrid perch, and threw it into the iron safe. Well, now, my dear fellow, we can remove Miss Stoner to some place of shelter and let the county police know what has happened. Back in the room with Baker's seat, there was a little pipe, and threw in a few of the deaths. I've come to an entirely erroneous conclusion, which shows, my dear Watson, how dangerous it always is to reason with insufficient data. The presence of the gypsies and the use of the word band. That poor girl, Julia, obviously had glimpsed the snake as she struck a net. Well, only sufficient to put me on the entirely wrong scent. I only corrected my mistake when I saw how impossible it was to enter the room, neither by the door or the window. The ventilator and the cramped bed then gave rise to the suspicion that the man was there as a baby, with something passing through the hole and coming down to the face. The idea of the snake instantly occurred to me. For, as we knew already, the doctor had his own supply of strange pets from India. And the whistle? And the clang? The whistle was the doctor's signal to recall the snake before the morning light could reveal it to the victim. After all, once it had come down this over, it might or might not have bitten the victim. But sooner or later, the doctor knew that it would. I had come to these conclusions before I entered his room. You seem to deduce something from the wooden chair, of course. You had to stand on that to reach the ventilator. The saucer of milk, the loop of what's called the iron safe, were enough to dispel any doubt that might have remained. Oh. The metallic clang, I suppose, was the doctor shutting the snake in the safe again. Exactly, and not the window shutter being replaced, as at first I had supposed. The blaze of my cane, of course, drove the brute back through the ventilator and roused its temper. It was able to bite the first person it saw. So, in a way, I must be responsible for Dr. Roylott's death, but I can't say that it's likely to weigh very heavily on my conscience. Draw up your chair to the fire, my dear fellow, and be so good as to hand me my violin. The only problem we have to solve now, my dear Watson, is how to while away these rather chilly April evenings.
Welcome back. Well, overall, a pretty solid performance. I think they did a great job with the sound effects and the acting, really setting the kind of the creepiness of the scene. And it can be kind of hard since this particular story really has been done a ton on Sherlock Holmes. But they managed to do a good job, even though I've heard quite a few. I really appreciated this performance. All right, well, now we do turn to listener comments and feedback, and we received a lot of positive feedback on the McCoy, our special for our 950th episode. Joan comments, "It is too bad this was not picked up as a series with Howard Duff. I liked him and his acting. This was a good show. Thank you for giving us a chance to hear it." Sean said, "Listen last night would have been a great series." And Beverly says, "I love Howard Duff. Can't wait for Sam Spade." Thanks so much. Also, we have this comment from Jolene. "Thanks so much for your podcast. I love them all. I've started listening again from the beginning on the iPad app. I think Sherlock Holmes will always be my favorite, but I love Nero too." Well, thanks, Jolene. And it's actually somewhat surprising. Usually, most times when I average out the total number of subscriptions. Sherlock Holmes and Nero Wolfe are 1, 2, and that's, kind of amazing since Nero Wolfe, I believe we finished his way back in season 2 years ago, but continues to have a lot of people listen to and enjoy the program. All right, well, folks, I promised you a bit of bonus audio at the beginning of the program, and I'm going to give it to you. I listen to a lot of old-time radio other than just the detective shows, which can come in handy every now and again. I came across this episode of Strange as It Seems, which purports to tell the story of the real Sherlock Holmes. Well, let's just go ahead and take a listen. Here now, from episode 38 of Strange as It Seems in 1935, the original Sherlock Holmes.
The original Sherlock Holmes. Edinburgh, Scotland, around 1900. There are many patients in the waiting room of Dr. Joseph Bell. In the infirmary connected with his office, Dr. Bell has a corps of assistants. Among them, a young medical student named Arthur Conan Doyle. Dr. Bell sits in his office. The door opens. Young Conan Doyle enters with a middle-aged patient. Dr. Bell, this is Sandy McNabb.
What's the trouble with you, McNabb?
I have his case history here if you want it, Dr. Bell.
I didn't think I needed Doyle. Now, let me see, McNabb. You served in the army, didn't you?
Aye, sir.
Just recently discharged?
Aye, for 3 months, sir.
A healing regiment. Non-commissioned officer, weren't you?
Aye.
You were stationed at Barbados in the West Indies.
Aye, it was there I first got sick.
Mr. McNabb, go through this door down the hall. That's the infirmary. The nurse will get you ready for an examination.
Very good, Doctor.
Dr. Bell, tell me how you knew all that on first sight. You always know these case histories without looking at the record.
Elementary, my dear Doyle, elementary. If you use ordinary observation.
Is that so, sir?
First of all, he was respectful, but didn't remove his hat when he come into the office. They don't remove their hats in the army, even to a superior officer.
Oh?
However, if he'd been out of the army long, he'd have learned civilian ways.
Well, that's right, sir.
Then he had an air of authority, even though quiet, and he's certainly a Scot. Therefore, he probably belonged to a healing regiment.
Yes, sir, that's all correct.
Last of all, the poor fellow is suffering from elephantiasis. That is not an English disease, but is common in the West Indies. There are several Scotch regiments stationed in the Barbados. Now, see how simple it all is.
Dr. Bell, you'd make a wonderful detective.
Why don't you write a book about me, Doyle? You're always making up stories.
You know, sir, that thought has often occurred to me.
Then do it, and I'll edit your manuscripts.
I'll begin the story tonight, Dr. Bell.
Well, what will you call me?
I don't know. I thought perhaps I'd call you Holmes.
Holmes? Holmes, eh? Well, what's my first name?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I knew someone named Sherlock once. It's an odd name.
Sherlock Holmes. Well, it's a foolish enough name for a detective story. Now, mind you, young man, don't make me sentimental or Scotch or a doctor.
No, sir. Just Sherlock Holmes, detective. Strange as it seems, Dr. Joseph Bell of Edinburgh was the original Sherlock Holmes. He was very much interested in Conan Doyle's stories of the great detective and often gave him suggestions. Dr. Bell died in 1911.
Welcome back. Well, I enjoyed that piece. Very quaint and charming. If there are any inaccuracies, I would love so much to hear from any listeners who are experts. But that will actually do it for today. I appreciate everyone listening in. I do need to let you know, before we go, we actually only have 3 more weeks of Sherlock Holmes left. And then we're going to embark on a month of mystery specials before we get to Nick Carter. The first one I'll tell you about, I'm saving it as a surprise, but I'll let you know what it is the week before, is related to Arthur Conan Doyle. And then what we have coming up in after 3 related mystery specials, we'll be doing the series Nick Carter. So I hope you'll be listening. Today's episode is brought to you by the financial support of our listeners, and I want to thank specifically Derek for his support. We'll be sending along access to our premium site, which gives you access to all the extras we do. We had some good ones this month with Ralph Richardson, William Johnstone, and Paul Dubov. And you can support the show at support.greatdetectives.net. Well, I mentioned earlier in the week, in 2 weeks, we're going to go ahead and switch to Johnny Dollar first, but we'll finish off Nightmare for Night first. So now it's time for Nightmare for Night Part 3.
Carter Brown, Mysteries. Adventures in excitement and suspense, based on the best-selling novels by the slick storytelling sensation, Carter Brown.
Walking into it with my eyes open. Me, Nicky Knight, the smart private eye. Call me Sir Lancelot, all set to storm the wicked prince's castle and rescue the beautiful captive maiden. Only instead of riding my brave steed with my trusty sword, I rode a Buick Special beside a 2-time fraud, Louis Desprez, alias Louis Katz. But this was the only way I could see of finding out what the catch was. We parked the car off the road about a quarter of a mile from the house, and cat-footed it up to the wall at the back of the building.
You think this is the best place, Knight?
Yeah. The way I figure it, there's an even chance that Blanc, the guard on the gate, sleeps in the little gatehouse.
Yes, that is reasonable.
So if we get over the wall here, we got a chance of getting away with it. I'll go first. You give me a push-up, and then I'll give you a pull.
Very well.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, go! I'm set. You jump and I'll grab you.
Here I come.
Grab my arm. That's it. Up.
Good work, my friend. Now down to the garden, eh?
Yeah. Let's go. Now, quiet now.
Where are we going, eh?
Back door.
What if it is locked?
I got a little gadget with me that's pretty useful for this sort of emergency.
You have your gun ready?
Of course. The way that Hassan flicks a knife about, I'm not taking risks.
I, too.
Hold it.
Here.
Uh-huh.
You will unpick the lock now, eh?
No. Lesson 1 in the private eye manual. Always test the door before trying to pick it. You never know, it might be open. Well, how do you know? It is.
Piece of luck.
Yeah, I wonder. This is the kitchen. That door opens on the hall. Come on.
The light. There is a light under that door ahead.
Yeah.
Who lives in there?
The prince when he's home.
Perhaps he has returned. Let us go and see.
Don't be crazy. It's the girl we're after.
But I am also after the prince. Louis!
What? Who dares to disturb me? Who are you?
Your executioner!
So much for His Highness Earl Zaman.
What did you do that for?
It's just payment. Now we go upstairs to find Marie.
Correction, please, not we. Me! I prefer to go the rest of the way alone, pal. You just lie there and rest. I went up the stairs 2 at a time, dodging from side to side as I came to make a difficult target. Then a large curved sword appeared on the landing. Behind it was Abdul.
The American!
Hello, Abdul. Goodbye. As he came toppling down the stairs, I pressed back against the wall and then ran for the door to the harem. I dragged it open and found myself face to face with a dark-eyed beauty with small curls and sweet curves.
Who? What do you want?
Are you Marie Desprez?
Yes?
I've come to take you home.
Take me? What kind of a trick is this?
No trick. The prince is dead, Abdul is dead. And if we don't get out of here fast, we'll qualify for the quartet. Now, come on. Well, how do you feel now?
I do not quite know. I'm still dizzy from the haste.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Marie. About the rough treatment getting over the wall, but a skinned knee is better than a punctured hide.
Oh, I do not mind. I am more than grateful.
I kept waiting for Hassan to come yelling after us. You know, that's a funny thing.
What?
There was no sign of Hassan. He's the toughest of the lot. Where was he? And where was Haroun? If the prince was back, he should have been, too.
Oh, surely, Nicky, the one thing that matters is that we've got away.
Yeah, that's true enough. I just can't help wondering.
Where are you taking me?
To my apartment first. Tex is there.
Tex? Oh, that's wonderful. I would like to see her again. She was kind.
After that, I'm not sure. The police, probably. You were kidnapped, weren't you?
Oui. On the Riviera last summer. I met Prince Zaman there. I thought he was horrible from the first. I had proof of it afterwards.
Uh-huh. Have you got a brother named Louis?
No. I'm an only child.
Oh. Does the name Louis Katz mean anything to you?
Oh, the only Louis I ever knew was Louis Malbert. The wretch who tricked me so that I was kidnapped.
Is he tall, dark, gray eyes, and slightly crooked mouth?
Oh, but yes. Yes, that he is.
We're talking about the same Louis.
I don't understand.
Well, it's a long story, honey. And this is no time to tell it.
Stops?
Yeah, for one very good reason, out of gas. You know, that's strange. This is Louis' car, and there's not enough gas for a two-way trip.
What will you do now?
Well, I'll leave you here and go look for a phone. I'll call Tex and she can bring my car out here and pick us up.
You will leave me alone?
You can have my gun for company. I won't be long.
Oh, please don't be. I'm frightened.
There's no need. You just sit tight. I'll be back as fast as I can. I trudged along up the road for half a mile before I found a house and an irate farmer in a nightshirt whose bad temper disappeared when I waved a couple of 5 spots under his nose. He eventually led me to the phone, and I dialed my apartment.
Hello?
Tex?
Oh, Nicky.
Relax, honey. Everything's okay.
Oh, thank heavens. I've been sitting here going quietly crazy.
I've got Marie with me, but we run out of gas. Will you bring the car out and pick us up?
Oh, sure. Just give me the directions.
Tex, what's the matter?
Nicky, the door's opening. There's somebody coming inside the apartment.
Tex, are you all right?
No, I...
Tex! Tex! Hello! 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 Hello!
Hello, Mr. Knight.
Who's that?
This is Haroun. We have your American girl. She is quite safe at the moment. She may have a headache when she wakes up, but it will pass.
If you hurt her...
Calm, Mr. Knight. No one will be hurt so long as you are sensible.
What do you mean by that?
It is quite simple. You have a girl, we have a girl. You want the one we have. We want the one you have.
I don't get it.
I think you do. We want Marie Desprez back. If you want to see your friend Tex alive, he will return to us the French girl. If not, Hassan is very anxious to practice some of his peculiar talents. Hello? Mr. Knight, are you still there?
Yeah. I'm still here.
The exchange will be made at 9 tonight. You have my word that the American girl will not be harmed in any way before then. We will meet you at the crossroads on the main highway 10 miles north of the house. Is that clear?
It's clear.
Till 9, then, Mr. Knight.
I put the receiver down and just stood looking at it. I felt as though I'd been kicked in the stomach by a specially vicious mule. The thought of Tex and that dagger-happy Hassan was the stuff that nightmares were made of. Then I went back to the old farmer and found he had some spare petrol. Bought it from him, and half an hour later the car was ready to move again. Then I told Marie what had happened. She sat staring ahead of her for a few minutes, then turned to me.
Of course, Nicky. You must take me back.
No. There must be another way.
But they are very thorough. There will be no other way.
I tell you there must be. We can't just...
Have you gone mad?
No, I just had an idea. Where do you think they'll take Tex?
Back to the house, I suppose.
If you were Haroun, where would be the last place you'd expect to find us, you and me?
Why, Oh, you mean go back to the house? No?
Why not? There's only Louis and Blanc, the guy from the gate. I think I can take care of them. Then we sit tight and wait for Haroun and Hassan to bring Tex along. They won't suspect a thing. They'll walk through the door straight into my gun.
It is very audacious.
And that's the way wars are won, baby.
Oh, very well. It is a better way than to surrender tamely.
Oh, that's my girl. Hold on to your yashmak. Here we go. All right. Keep beside me, Marie.
I'm trying, but my knee, it hurts.
Yeah, sure. If I ever have to get into this place again, I'm not going over that wall. I'll bring a couple of sticks of dynamite and blow it down.
Oh, it's very quiet. Not a sound from the house.
No. Careful now. We're almost at the door. It's still open.
Is that not strange?
Yeah. Come on. Quiet as you can.
Welcome back, Mr. Knight. Don't move, Knight. And the girl gets a bullet. Switch the light on, Blanc.
Well, looks like we got a reception committee.
Exactly, Mr. Knight. Drop your gun, please. Thank you. We counted on your being a clever man, Mr. Knight. If you had not been, we might have been in trouble. But we had to have a clever man, one who would react the right way, and we got you.
React the right way? So the whole thing was a plant, huh?
Yes, Mr. Knight, the whole thing. A perfectly planned trap. A chess game in excelsis, with you as the pawn.
What's the next move?
The next move is to wait, Mr. Knight, for the prince to arrive.
The prince? But of course, Haroun is the prince now.
Precisely. And he will hand you over to the police for the murder of his brother.
Welcome back. I'm always a little reminded of the Battle of Wits scene from Princess Bride whenever you see a situation like that with two people trying to outthink each other. Though I sensed it was coming. Well, now at least most everything is pretty clear. The question will be, how will our hard-boiled hero get out of this mess? You'll have to join us back here next week for the finale of Nightmare for Night. Now, speaking of finales, it's time for the Amy Bradshaw matter, Part 5.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
It's Amy Bradshaw, Johnny.
Amy, it's 1 a.m. Anything the matter?
Yes, can you come over right away?
Sure. Your apartment?
No, I'm in my dressing room at the Criterion Theater.
At 1 o'clock in the... Amy, there's a policeman assigned to you. Is he with you?
No, I went out the back way. I came over here alone.
But why? He's supposed to be protecting you.
Johnny, I can't explain now, but I think I finally know who's been trying to kill me. I want to talk to you right away over here. Hurry. Please
hurry. Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. New York City, expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Home Office, Northwestern Indemnity Alliance, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Amy Bradshaw matter. Expense account item 12, $5. Taxi from my hotel to the Criterion Theater on West 44th. $2 for the fare, $3 for getting me there in 5 minutes. Amy had sounded plenty scared over the phone. The cab skidded to a stop in front. I caught a glimpse of somebody at the other corner of the theater. It looked like Porter Kane. I couldn't be sure, and I didn't have time to find out right now. Backstage, it was quite dark, and I had to feel my way through some... The shot came from the direction of Amy's dressing room. Mike Pomeroy, her agent, was lying on the floor, dead. There was a gun on the floor, too, just inside the door.
Johnny! Oh, Johnny!
What happened, Amy? Amy, stop it! Tell me what happened.
The door.
Door?
The shot. It came from the door.
I ran outside the dressing room, across the stage, into the alley. No one in sight. Back inside, I found a light switch. So I phoned Al Centella at police headquarters, told him what had happened. Amy was quieter now.
Johnny.
Amy, look. I know it's tough for you to talk right now, but you've got to try and tell me.
I know. A little after midnight, Mike called me at my apartment. He said he wanted to talk to me about something important. His office is nearby, and he asked me to meet him here in my dressing room. So I came over right away.
Go on.
Mike and I started talking. Suddenly I saw the door opening a crack. A hand with a gun. Mike!
Easy.
Mike saw it, too. He dove in between me and the door.
And collected the slug.
He fell against the door and it slammed on the hand. The gun dropped. And the next thing I remember, you were in the room.
You didn't see who was holding the gun?
No, just the hand.
Amy...
And there was something on one of the fingers that I recognized.
A large signet ring?
Yes.
Yeah. It belonged to the guy out on the sidewalk. Porter Kane.
We will continue with the Bradshaw matter in a moment.
Friends, how'd you like to thrill your favorite youngster with some of the most exciting toys of the year? Picture the breathless excitement of any child surrounded by 6 gaily colored balloon-like giant animals up to 3 feet long, and all for the low price of just $1. Now, first you get Bounce'o the Clown with round pot belly and funny nose. Next comes Hoppy the Australian Kangaroo. Third, there's Roscoe the roller skating bear. He's 2 feet tall and looks almost like real. Fourth, there's Whitey the fat indoor snowman. And fifth, Mortimer the giant mouse, 18 inches long and sure to scare the whiskers off any cat. That's 5 different giant animals. But now, hold your breath for the most sensational toy of all, the star of the whole Christmas season, the jolly giant talking Santa Claus, guaranteed to make everybody's Christmas a merrier one. He's a big roly-poly happy Santa. He stands erect on 2 legs, is actually over 3 feet tall and 32 inches around. Best of all, he actually talks. Just pull the tape and he says, "Merry Christmas" for all to hear. He's the biggest, merriest talkingest Santa ever, sure to please your youngsters and spread good cheer. Yes, Giant Santa proves there really is a Santa Claus. That's a total of 6 giant animals made of brightly colored, preformed, sturdy latex which the kids can easily inflate. And the cost, Just $1, not for each. Just $1 for all 6 of these lovable giants who'll turn your home into a circus parade. And here's a surprise. Mail your order today and you'll also receive absolutely free Peter the Rabbit, actually over 2 feet tall with big red ears almost 9 inches long. But you must send now. Rush $1 plus 10 cents for packing and mailing for each set you want to Giant Animals, Box 1918, Grand Central Station, New York City. If not delighted with every one of your 7 giant animals, return them to the Super Animals Company for a full refund. But keep the giant talking Santa as our gift. Order now. Supplies are limited. Rush $1.10 for packing and mailing for each set in cash, check, or money order to Giant Animals, Box 1918, Grand Central Station, New York City. That's $1 plus 10 cents with your name and address. Mail to Giant Animals, Box 1918. That's Box 1918, Grand Central Station, New York City. Giant Animals, Box 1918, Box 1918, Grand Central Station, New York City.
Lieutenant Scintilla arrived at Amy's dressing room, and Amy repeated her story to him. He sent a couple of his boys out to pick up Porter Kane. Al and Amy and I went down to headquarters. We left her in one room while we went into another to question Kane, who'd been picked up at his apartment.
See here, Lieutenant, I don't know what this is all about, but I certainly object to being routed out
Just hold it, Kane. You know why you're down here.
I certainly do not.
You don't know that Mike Pomeroy's dead, eh?
Amy's agent? Really?
Really?
Well, I never did like that chap. Quite an insensitive person.
Well, he's real insensitive now, Kane. He's dead.
How did it happen?
Mike was shot by mistake. The real target was Amy.
Good heavens, no.
When's the last time you saw Amy?
The night before last. I spoke to her briefly after the show.
You haven't talked to her on the telephone?
No.
You're lying.
Now, see here,
you phoned her
Dollar.
at her apartment about 11 p.m. I was there.
All right. I did telephone her. I suggested she meet me somewhere. I told her I'd wait for her outside her apartment.
Go on.
I saw her come out later by the alley, so I followed her to the theater, thinking she meant for us to talk there. But then I heard a shot.
So you admit being in the vicinity?
Well, yes, but I definitely did not go into the theater.
Didn't you? Kane, Amy got a look at the hand holding the gun. There was a ring on one of the fingers.
Ring?
Your ring.
She's completely mistaken.
That's a very distinctive ring. It's not one that anybody be mistaken about.
See here, Lieutenant, all of this wild supposition is based on the assumption that I had a motive for wanting to kill Amy.
You told me what your motive was when I talked to you last evening in your apartment.
What do you mean?
I asked you what you'd do if you wanted something for your collection and couldn't get it. You told me a story about what happened when you were just a kid 9 years old.
But I say
Another kid had a lollipop you wanted. He wouldn't give it to you, so you smashed it. And that's what you were trying to do tonight in Amy's dressing room. You couldn't have her, so you tried to smash her. There wasn't much point in my hanging around. So I got Al Scintilla's permission to take Amy back to her apartment. We could wait there for any new developments. Amy didn't say a word all the way. When we got there, she sat in a chair staring at the wall. When she finally spoke, it was more like she was talking to herself.
He's dead.
Amy,
He's dead because of me.
stop talking that way. Mike Pomeroy jumped in the way of a bullet. If he hadn't, you'd be dead.
Would have been better that way.
Stop it, Amy.
Johnny,
Yeah.
I think...
You think what? Oh, just a minute. I'll get it. It was Al Scintilla down at police headquarters. When he finished talking, I didn't say anything. There wasn't anything to say. After I hung up, I stood there a moment, staring out the window. It had started to rain. I felt old and tired and empty and sick. I went back into the other room again. Amy was sitting there looking at me.
Johnny,
Yeah, Amy?
is that call for me?
No.
Who was it?
Lieutenant Scintilla.
Oh,
The gun that killed Mike Pomeroy. There were no fingerprints on it. You said you saw a bare hand with a ring on it holding the gun. A bare hand would have left fingerprints. You killed him, didn't you?
yes, Johnny.
The attempts on your life, you faked them, didn't you, to convince people you were in danger so you could kill Pomeroy and we'd think the shot was intended for you. Why, Amy?
You know why.
Yeah, I guess so. You loved Mike. You knew he was growing away from you.
So fast. So very fast.
You saw him get interested in a younger actress. You knew she was taking your place with him.
To Mike, I was dead. I couldn't stand that. I really couldn't. So I started making it look like I was in danger. It wasn't very hard, Johnny. I'm a good actress.
Yeah.
After a while, I almost began to believe I was in danger. Something was after me, was hunting me. It finally caught up with me, and I did what I did. Which of us is the hunter, Johnny? And which is the hunted?
Amy,
Yes.
I think one of Lieutenant Cintella's men is waiting for you out in the hall.
All right. Just one thing, Johnny.
What is it?
I'll need something now. Something. Don't forget me, Johnny. Give me that.
That you can count on, Amy. She walked out of the room, and she didn't look back. I'm glad she didn't. Expense account item 13, $16.50. Transportation and incidentals from New York back to Hartford. Expense account total, $185.20. End of account, end of report. Remarks? Amy repeated her confession to Lieutenant Scintilla. Her trial's coming up soon. Sweet case. Well, tomorrow's another day. So they tell me. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar will return in a moment to tell you about next week's intriguing story.
Friends, send for your set of some of the most exciting toys of the year. 6 giant inflatable toys for only $1. Some up to 3 feet tall. You get Bounso the Happy Clown, Hoppy the Australian Kangaroo, Roscoe the 2 feet long roller skating bear, Whitey the fat indoor snowman, Mortimer the giant mouse 18 inches long, and last but not least, the great giant talking Santa, a roly-poly giant over 3 feet tall and 32 inches around the belly that actually says Merry Christmas out loud when you pull the tape. That's 6 sensational giant toys for only $1, made of sturdy, gaily colored latex that the kids can easily inflate. Send $1 for each set to Giant Animals, Box 1918, Grand Central Station, New York City. And if you order right now, you get Peter the Rabbit over 2 feet tall absolutely free. If not delighted with your Giant Animals, your money refunded immediately. Order today. You may never hear this offer again. Rush $1 plus 10 cents for packing and mailing and cash, check, or money order to Giant Animals, Box 1918, Grand Central Station, New York City. That's $1 plus 10 cents for each set with your name and address to Giant Animals, Box 1918, Grand Central Station, New York City.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's exciting story.
Next week, a case with a great big question mark. Accident, suicide, or just plain murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Robert Reif, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Virginia Gregg, Florence Walcott, Don Diamond, Larry Thor, Vic Perrin, and Carlton Young. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. Part of me really wanted this to have a better outcome, just to make all of the Giant Animals commercials worth it. It's somewhat sad that this ends up being all a setup to a really dumb murder plot by Amy Bradshaw. Because not only do you have the gun with no print, you also have the issue of powder residue, which if he wasn't wearing gloves, he'd have it. And then trajectory. And the sad part is we do have another week of giant stuffed animals to go through. So, all right. Well, on a more positive note, we do turn to listener comments and feedback. And we begin with a comment from Lori, who says, I am not sure that I really love Bob Bailey's Johnny Dollar, but I do enjoy hearing him since Let George Do It has ended. I always liked his characterization, and I guess I've let that spill over into his Johnny Dollar. I keep expecting Brooksy to pop up, and I miss the music from the half-hour Johnny Dollar shows. I have to say it's a somewhat interesting comment, and I guess kind of shows an effect of having a program where we played. First of all, we played Let George Do It first, so people heard Bob Bailey in this other role, and we also heard 150 plus episodes of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, prior to Bob Bailey coming on in the role, which gives some more context. Lori goes on to say, since I've caught up completely with you, I've been going back and listening to some of the other podcasts I used to when there's nothing new on yours, and I find that I miss your little notes at the beginning and end. I even find myself wondering what you would say about a particular episode. Thanks. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate you listening, and glad you enjoy the show. And then we have this comment from Bobby, who says, Bob Bailey was the best Johnny Dollar. Well, there you go. A couple of differing opinions. Then Kim emails in a comment on the McCoy. It really is a shame that the McCoy wasn't picked up. It could have been a real blockbuster. It is especially sad because its failure was, at least in part, caused by the communist witch hunt of the 50s catching Howard Duff in its stare. More often than not, charges made by McCarthy's committee proved eventually to be untrue. The process ruined many a promising career in Hollywood. Just for our listeners, I want to kind of clarify a little of the history. McCarthy, whatever you want to say about McCarthy's committee, it didn't have anything to do with goings on in Hollywood. The House Un-American Affairs Committee, American Activities Committee, had a little bit to do with it. McCarthy's committee was in the Senate, and his efforts were much more concerned with infiltration of communists into the federal government. What happened to Howard Duff was actually, at the time that there was this concern going on, an anti-communist newspaper put out a booklet called Red Channels. In it, they implied, but didn't specifically accuse, several members of the Hollywood community of being communists. The damage to Duff's career was pretty short term. If you look at his filmography on IMDb, 1952 and 51 were dry years, but after that, pretty much his movie and television career gets back in line. And I had one listener, Joan, who mentioned the series he starred in with Ida Lupino at the end of the 50s, 1957-58, Mr. Adams and Eve, where he played the lead role in a hut with real life wife at the time, Ida Lupino. So his career was not majorly damaged. It was kind of just this one spot at the time that he was auditioning for the McCoy. It was a very brief period for Duff. And he, of course, would go on to recover and would most famously star. He played, of course, Sam Spade, but he played another Sam all the way into the 1960s with his role on Felony Squad. So long term, this was more a blip on his radar screen than something that ruined his career. So, All right, well, that will actually do it for today. We will be back on Monday with another episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and then join us back here Friday as we wrap up Nightmare for Night. And tomorrow, we'll be bringing you the lineup. Before we get started, I do want to let you know I have a new book out available for both paperback and for ebook. We'll be having the audiobook released shortly, but you can pick up your copy on Amazon of my Powerhouse Hard Pressed, another superhero comedy novel I've released and written, available for download. If you love classic gold and silver age superheroes and a good comedy story, I think you'll enjoy it. So pick up your copy, Powerhouse Hard Pressed. Now, I also want to let you know we have a couple articles up at greatdetectives.net this weekend. On Saturday, I'll have my review of Tarzan and the Diamond of Ashur, the radio drama, up. On Sunday, my review of Trio for Blunt Instruments. Also, I'm working on a project. I'd love your help. We're getting, of course, if you're watching the episode numbers, getting very close to our 1,000th episode. And I'm doing a top 10 list with episodes. I'm doing categories for the most exciting, the best mystery, the most humorous episode, and the most emotionally moving episodes. And I'm doing top 10 countdowns. I'd like to hear if there are specific episodes or specials. Not series. I'm going to go through each series, but if you have an episode that stood out to you, I'd love to hear it. All right, well, a little long on the old intro. Let's go ahead and get into today's episode of the lineup. This one is called The Fur-Flaunting Floozy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we take you now behind the scenes of a police headquarters in a great American city, where under the cold, glaring lights will pass before us the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. This is The Lineup.
Here's Mrs. Jennings. This is Lieutenant Guthrie.
How do you do, Mrs. Jennings?
Hello, Lieutenant.
I'll see you later then, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I'll drive you back home when you're finished. I'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, Sergeant. I hope I can be of some help, Lieutenant. He's been so nice to me. He drove me over on the ferry instead of the bridge. I told him I like to see ships up close.
Well, so do I. Mrs. Jennings, our man probably won't be any of these, but we have to cover every possibility.
Of course, Lieutenant. How is that poor girl?
Oh, about the same.
Oh, such a terrible thing. Is he a criminal?
None of the suspects are down here, Mrs. Jennings. They'll all be up on the stage. That's Captain Devereaux, narcotics squad.
Oh,
you people out there in the
That's
other
all right,
side of
Mrs.
the wall in
Jennings.
the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb, Sergeant Matt Greb. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off a number, their name and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. If you're sure or not too sure of the suspect, have him held. The officers who took your name will assist you. They're seated among you. The questions I ask these suspects are merely to get a natural tone of voice, so do not pay too much attention to their answers as they often lie. Bring on the line.
Sergeant looks like a nice man.
All right, boys,
Greb?
come out.
Oh,
keep it
yes.
Family man?
All the way to the end of
I
the stage.
thought so.
That's right, all the way down. Now turn and face front, hands to your sides, and look straight ahead. Now don't be afraid to talk right up so the people in the back of the room can hear you. All right, number one, Roswell Brennan, robbery. Where do you live, Roswell?
Here.
Here, on this stage of the county jail in town, where?
In town, I don't know the address. I just moved in yesterday. Got picked up before I got settled. It's on the east side.
Can you people hear him back there? All right, a little louder, Roswell. Now, where did you live before you moved to the east side of town yesterday?
Yeah.
Come on, speak up.
Here in town, right here in this stinking town.
Where?
I lived at the White Hotel for a while.
And before that?
I lived out of town.
You married?
Not anymore.
Ever served time? You heard the question.
Yes.
Well, when, where, what for?
It was a couple of years ago. I did 9 months in the county jail in Cheyenne, Wyoming, for robbery.
Okay. Number 2, Frank Sundell, disturbing the peace. Where do you live, Frank?
532 Logan Street.
Is that your permanent residence?
Permanent as any. Lived there almost 3 months now.
According to the report, you threw a brick at a laundry truck and smashed the windshield.
Well, they wouldn't make good on the 3 shirts of mine they ruined. I don't take that lying down.
It's a felony to throw a missile at a moving vehicle. Did you know that?
I told you that criminal laundry wouldn't make good on them shirts of mine.
The driver was pretty badly cut up. He's in the hospital.
Oh, that's tough. Yeah, well, they should have paid me.
They did pay you something.
Oh, sure, yeah, $5.
Well, if you weren't satisfied with that settlement, you should have gone to the small claims court.
I've been out of work for 6 months. I can't afford no lawyer.
No lawyers are allowed in small claims court. You plead your own case. Now you'll have to get a lawyer, Frank. All right, number 3, Jules Carabello, assault. What's your line of work, Jules?
Cook.
Don't look at me. Look right out front so the people can see you. Where do you cook?
In a restaurant downtown.
What restaurant?
The one where it happened.
What restaurant? All restaurants have names. Tell us which one you work at.
Oh, you got it on your books. My brother-in-law owns the place.
Your brother-in-law's name, Angelo Capelli?
Yeah.
You went after him with a meat cleaver last night.
Well, I was upset. I didn't feel good.
All right, Jules, all right. Number 4, John Smith.
Hi.
Oh. Well, anything the matter?
Just tired, I guess.
I keep telling you to try a massage, Ben. Those guys...
Not me.
Well, then let Quine...
No, thanks.
Now, look, I'll let him do it to me, see, and show you how easy it is.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jennings spot anyone?
No, she's coming back tomorrow and try again.
That's too bad she didn't get the license number of the car.
Only just passed a window and parked out of her range of vision. She thinks it was a 50 Buick.
It was dark out last night. No moon.
She has a face pretty clear in her mind. She says he wasn't 2 feet from her window when he walked back to his car. And besides, there's a street light on her corner, and that helps.
Yeah. How's Asher doing? Any identification on our Jane Doe yet?
He's looking into the clothes labels and laundry marks. Put her prints on the wire.
Well, maybe she'll regain consciousness long enough to tell us who she is.
Dr. Gordon said he'd let me know if there was any change.
She was sure shot up.
Ash is checking on that coat she was wearing. He should get something. It was expensive. Mink.
You know, Molly says she could never stand to wear a mink.
Hi, Ben. Matt.
Oh, fine. Just the guy I want to see. Ben needs a neck job.
Yeah?
No, I didn't say I did.
Now, look, Ben, look. He can take your head and twist it just right so your neck cracks. Relax your chin half a second. Go ahead, Quine. Go ahead, show
You don't show me.
What's the matter? You scared? Come on, Quine. Come on. Do it to me. Show him.
Okay, sit over here, Matt.
All right.
Now sit down and relax.
I'm relaxed.
Relax, Matt. That's it. That's it. Now relax now.
All right.
Yeah. How's that?
Oh, great. See? Now the other way. Watch this, Ben.
I'm watching.
You see, you got to get a hold of him just right, Ben. It's the leverage. Now relax, Matt. Just loosen up. Now hold it.
I tell you, Ben, this is exactly what you should do. You feel better right away.
Hold still, wait a minute.
Oh, sorry. All right.
I got to get you set just right. It's important. The big secret is
Lieutenant Guthrie.
To relax all over.
Wait a minute. Let me take that down.
Good. Real good.
3041 Albion Street.
The other way,
yeah.
Like
okay.
That. There we are. Yeah.
Hey, come on, let him do it to you, Ben. I tell you, it makes you feel 10 years younger in 10 seconds.
Does it really work?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, well, what do you say, Ben?
Well, maybe later. That was Asher.
Huh?
He came up with an identification on our Jane Doe. She worked in a defense plant for a while. Prints were on file with the Bureau. Her name's Lorraine Oberhauser. Asher's over at her apartment now.
Okay.
Ben, yeah?
I want to think about it. Come on, man. Asher.
Oh, hi.
I haven't picked up much here yet. No family?
Nothing, not even a letter. But Crockett should get something at the defense plant. The apartment house manager, Clarence Dillon's waiting to talk to you.
Oh, sure.
In here. Lieutenant Guthrie and Sergeant Greb, Miss Dillon.
How, Miss Dillon?
Hello.
Hello. I couldn't believe it when they told me about poor Lorraine. I still can't believe it.
Was she a friend of yours, Miss Dillon?
When she quit her job 3 months ago, we sort of got acquainted. We'd have coffee together late in the morning.
She ever speak to you about her family?
Never. Although I think she was married once.
What about her friends?
I never met any of them.
What about the man who drove the Buick? He used to come by and pick her up, didn't he?
Oh. You know about Claude.
Claude who?
Why, I never met him. She just called him Claude when she talked about him.
What'd she say about Claude?
Well, you know, I have to meet him or I'm going to see him tonight. A few times I saw him in the hall.
Oh, what did he look like?
Tall, sort of getting bald.
How old?
Well, maybe 40.
How old's Lorraine?
25. She had a birthday a week ago.
She have a party?
Sort of.
Didn't Claude come?
No. It was just Lorraine and myself. We had a drink or two and then went out to dinner and a movie.
Did Claude come by here last night?
I couldn't say. I was out last night.
He does drive a Buick.
Yes.
What kind?
Riviera. Blue, trimmed in black.
Do you know where we can get hold of him?
Oh, heavens, no.
Well, did Lorraine ever mention what kind of work he does?
No.
Well, how'd he strike you the few times you saw him?
Quiet man. Very quiet.
Have money?
He seemed to.
Did he buy Lorraine that fur coat?
I suppose so. He bought her a lot of things.
Where's your apartment?
Across the hall.
Did you ever hear them arguing?
No, I don't think they saw enough of each other to argue.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, he only saw her once or twice a week. Always during the week, too. They hardly ever went out.
But Claude had money.
Seemed to, yes.
Lorraine pays all her bills on time, does she? Her rent?
Oh, yes, always.
But she hasn't been working for 3 weeks. Do you think Claude was helping her out?
I don't know.
Is Claude a married man?
Yes.
Get that, Asher.
Right, then.
Now, those times you had coffee with Lorraine, she ever ask your advice?
No.
Never mentioned she was in love with a married man?
Just once. She was unhappy about it. She didn't like it. Claude's wife wouldn't give him a divorce.
Anything else?
Well, she said she knew she'd have to break it off. It was no good.
When'd she tell you that?
Yesterday morning.
This picture was found in one of the drawers, Miss Dillon. Do you recognize this man? Well?
That's him. That's Claude.
A 390W at Crossroads and Fifth.
How do you feel?
Drugstore manager holding her for you.
Oh, you should have let Quine fix you up.
I'm thinking about it.
Yes, you are.
Well, I am.
13J. Make a 1021.
Yeah, that's out.
Yeah.
13J. Make a 1021.
13J, Roger.
We can phone from this restaurant.
Where's the telephone, miss?
Around the side.
I'll do it,
Vic. No, I want to make another call, too.
Got some nickels?
Yeah. Order me some coffee.
Okay. 2 coffees, black.
Sure. Sandwich or something?
Let me see the menu.
It's up there.
Oh. I guess not.
Good pie.
Oh? What kind?
Apple, huckleberry, boysenberry, black bottom.
I'll try the black bottom.
Good, huh?
Yeah. It's swell. Where do you buy your pies?
Oh, lady. Just peddles to certain places around town.
Well, that's sure good.
Hey, the other fella making the call. He a plainclothesman?
Mm-hmm.
I had a hunch. It doesn't look like one. More like a banker. Never can tell.
You sure can. A napkin?
Here you are.
What was it, Ben?
Gurdon at the hospital. The girl's coming around.
Ben?
Oh, fine, Doc. Remember Sergeant Greb?
Well, sure. Hi, Sergeant.
Hello, Doctor.
Maybe I shouldn't have bothered getting in touch with you.
She hasn't died.
No, not yet. But she's about 2 inches away. Hard to do anything with a patient in her condition. She's under oxygen.
Oh.
Know who she is yet?
Her name's Lorraine Oberhauser. The priest?
She was wearing a scapular medal.
Oh.
Excuse us, Father. Ben? Sometimes just before it comes, they regain consciousness long enough to say a few words. Sorry, Ben. Your trip over here was for nothing.
Beginning next week, the lineup will move to Thursday evenings. So listen to the lineup Thursday nights over most of these same stations. Also, a week from tonight, plan to help CBS Radio celebrate the return of the great Bing Crosby Show, starting another year with Bing songs, music, guests, and merriment. Join us when most of these stations welcome back the Bing Crosby Show.
Well, this is a surprise.
Hello, Mrs. Jennings. This is Sergeant Graham.
Good afternoon.
Well, come in. Come in.
Thank you.
Sergeant Quine didn't come with you?
No, he's on duty at the precinct station.
Oh.
We don't want to take up too much of your time, Mrs. Jennings. We'd just like to have you look at a few pictures.
Of course. Oh, sit down, Sergeant.
Thank you.
Now, you recognize this man?
No.
This one?
No.
How about this one?
No.
This?
Mm-mm.
This? This?
Wait. Let me see that one. Yes. That one. I believe that's the man I saw take that poor girl out of his car the other night.
Uh-huh.
Is that him?
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
Have you arrested him yet?
No, we only know his first name.
Oh. How is the girl?
She died a couple of hours ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that's about all for now. When we get him, we'll ask you to come downtown again.
Will Sergeant Quine come and get me?
Possibly.
Oh, he's such a nice man. You know, this morning when he came to get me, I told him I didn't feel too well. And he made me feel good just like that.
Well, Quine's quite a kidder.
Oh, no, that isn't what I mean. He cracked my neck. It felt wonderful.
What?
Yes, oh, he's very good at it.
So I've heard. Come on, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Well, you call me?
Certainly. Bye.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Jennings. Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, you going to see Quine when we get back?
Oh, shut up.
Hi, Ben.
Oh,
Talking to Mrs. Jennings?
yeah. She's got quite a case on you. Where's Matt?
Down the hall. Will be along in a minute.
36G, code 7, E 36-7.
Now, you still feel bad?
Oh, about the same. Got a match?
Yeah. Yeah, here you are.
Thanks.
Hey, Michigan State takes some Michigan this week. Ought to be a fracas.
Yeah. Has State in the conference yet?
Well, this year or next, darn if I remember.
They play ball both places.
You said it.
Hi, Ben. How did it come out?
Claude's our boy, all right. Whoever and wherever he is.
Well, Crockett found out the Hanson girl didn't have a family of any kind, but her ex lives in town. They were married in 46, divorced in 48.
You pick him up yet?
No, I thought I'd leave that up to you and Matt. His name's Claude. Claude Oberhauser.
The police, did you say?
That's right, Mr. Oberhauser. I'm Lieutenant Guthrie. This is Sergeant Greb.
Oh, how do you do? Well, sit down, gentlemen. Just getting ready to leave the office.
Thanks.
Well, what is it?
You were once married to a girl named Lorraine Hanson?
Oh, yes, once. We've been divorced almost 3 years now. Is Lorraine in trouble?
She was shot to death last night, Mr. Oberhauser.
You sure it's Lorraine?
Well, we checked her prints with the FBI. She worked in the defense plant and was on file.
Oh, poor kid. The poor mixed-up little kid.
Have you been seeing her?
Oh, yes, occasionally. We have a drink together. We even talked of trying out marriage again.
You married now?
Yes, more or less.
When'd you last see her?
Oh, a week or so ago. I don't remember exactly.
Friendly?
Oh, yes. We were just kids when we got married. We knew we'd made a mistake, and then we separated. I guess we both grew up a little in the meanwhile, and we kind of needed each other.
We'd like to have you come along with us.
Huh? Oh, well, all right. Wait a minute. I'll get my hat.
Matt, tell Asher to take his boys off the front and back entrance. This isn't the right Claude. Feel all right, Mr. Oberhauser?
Yes, I'm all right, Lieutenant.
All right, John.
That's Lorraine.
You're positive?
That's Lorraine, I'm positive.
Okay. Now let's go out front.
Have you talked to anyone else yet?
Just a landlady.
What about Claude?
Claude?
Claude Arnwright.
Sit down, Mr. Oberhauser. Sergeant Greb will be along in a minute. Tell me, is this Claude Arnwright?
Yes, that is.
Well, what can you tell me about him?
Oh, just about everything.
Yeah?
Well, Lorraine's been seeing him for the last year. I knew that, of course.
At the same time she's been seeing you?
Uh-huh. I checked on him, wanted to see what kind of a man he was. I didn't want her to do something foolish, make any rash moves.
Did Lorraine know he was married?
No, not at first. Not until I told her.
Where can we get in touch with him?
Well, I don't remember his address, and I know it isn't in the book, so...
Well, what about where he works?
Well, I don't know where that is, but I've got his address. Or my...
Sit down.
Oh. Come on, Matt. Let's wait outside.
Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
My name's Guthrie. Who are you?
I'm Tommy Armwright.
Oh, is your daddy home?
No.
Your mother?
She hasn't been home for 3 days. She's out of town. I'm hungry. I don't know why my daddy's so late. He's usually home when I come home from school.
Matt. Matt.
Go, Matt.
Come on around.
Who's he?
He's a friend of mine. We're policemen, Tommy.
No, you're not. You don't even have a uniform.
Meeting saw it in the garage. He tried... Oh.
This is Tommy Arnwright.
Oh, hi, Tommy.
Take a look around, man. She's out of town. He hasn't been here all afternoon.
Right.
What's he looking around my house for?
Oh, just looking.
Sure glad you came. I was getting lonesome. And I'm still hungry.
Where's your phone?
It's out in the hall.
You stay here, Tommy. I'll be right back. Sergeant Asher, please. Asher, anything new? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we won't take any chances. Now, look, on your way back, stop in a drive-in and pick up a half dozen hamburgers and French fries, huh? Wait just a moment. You like onions, Tommy?
Yeah.
With. And 3 malts, too. Right. We wait here for Onright.
He didn't pack anything, Ben. Empty suitcases in the closet.
Asher says Onright sold his Buick 2 hours ago to a used car dealer.
Oh, he's getting some money together.
Yeah. Let's see if he wants to take the kid with him. The kid know anything?
He was asleep when the matron took him down to juvenile hall. Oh, it's after 10:30, Ben. Do you think Arnwright might have beat it already?
I don't know. Hard to say.
It's been a long day.
I hope it doesn't get any longer. Yeah? How long? Yeah, okay. Turn off the light, man. Carga says a yellow Merc's been circling the block, thinks it's Onright driving. Better get your car warmed up. We might not stop.
Right.
Quine. Quine.
Yeah, but...
Noticed a yellow Mercury circling the block?
Yeah, that him?
Think so.
Here it comes again.
Now get down.
Yeah, he spotted us.
Matt, bring it around. Quine, call Asher to block the boulevard.
Right.
Let's go, Matt. 13J, code 3, suspect proceeding west on Kenilworth. Yellow Mercury sedan, license number 80, Robert 1135. Over.
KQAR. Attention all units in area G for George. Code 3. Suspect proceeding west on Kenilworth. Yellow Mercury sedan. 80 Robert 1135.
He's going into the park.
13J, suspect heading for the park.
KQRA. Code 3. Suspect heading toward park area.
Asher's ahead of him. He's got the street blocked.
He isn't going to stop. He's trying to go around Asher's car. There he goes. Shoot in the air, Matt. Okay, let him have it. Yeah, that did it. He's down. Watch it now.
He's had it, Ben.
Yeah.
You get him all right, Ben?
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. My car's a mess.
I guess so. Better call in Asher.
Right.
Well, that's that. It's been a long one, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. Neck still bother you?
Yeah. Quine around?
Back at the house.
I guess I'll let him try. Just this once.
The lineup, where before you pass the innocent, the vagrant, the thief, the murderer. Listen next Thursday when we again bring you The Lineup.
May I have your attention, please? You people out there on the other side of the wire in the audience room, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb, Sergeant Matt Greb. I'll explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I'll call off and number their name and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number assigned to the prisoner as I call his name. At the end of each line when I ask for questions or identifications.
as Lieutenant Ben Guthrie and Wally Mayer as Sergeant Matt Grebb, was written by E. Jack Newman, with music composed and conducted by Eddie Dunstetter. Featured in tonight's cast were Hy Everback, Jeanette Nolan, Harry Lang, Howard McNear, Peter Leeds, Lee Patrick, and Virginia Gregg. The lineup is produced and directed by Jaime Del Valle. Beginning next week, listen for The Lineup Thursday nights on most of these same stations. And at this time on Wednesdays, be sure to be on hand for the hectic arrival of the Red Skelton Show. To say it with music,
CBS, CBS, the Star's address, where you always hear the best at CBS, CBS, the Star's address, CBS, the Star's address.
stay tuned now for yours truly, Johnny Dollar, which follows immediately over most of these same stations. Dan Coverly speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Welcome back. Well, times have definitely changed. I wonder how people would react today if they thought that the police were sitting around at work giving each other back massages. I can imagine a chiropractor might have a problem with that kind of having this sergeant take business from him. Of course, the type of interaction we saw there between Ben and Matt was somewhat reminiscent of the type of thing you would see between Joe Friday and Frank Smith on Dragnet. However, I can assure you that they were not borrowing from Dragnet on that point, because the character of Frank Smith wouldn't be introduced till the next year. At this point, Barton Yarborough was playing Friday's partner, who was still a married man, but a lot more grumpy. And the whole idea of trying to cure and help, that was something associated with the Frank Smith era. It almost makes me wonder if the producers of Dragnet might not have had this in mind, somewhere in the back of their heads, or whether Ben Alexander had that in mind and used that in creating his character. Alexander was a fan of Dragnet, Ben Alexander, who played Frank Smith, so it seems possible to me that he also could have been a fan of the lineup. This episode definitely deserves some high marks. I really appreciated the sound effect in the hospital room. It was so eerily real. And just in terms of the quality of acting, the story, the human interactions, this to me I think has been probably the best episode of the lineup we've heard yet. So this was just very well done, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Alright, well, that will actually do it for today. We're going to take tomorrow off. Join us back here on Monday. We'll begin again with another serial of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. And then join us back here on Saturday for the lineup. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter, Radio Detectives. Become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.